Gang, 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 gang. Root words one. What's going on with you? Gang, gang, the Megla Root Show back at you for another edition for the people. We doing it for the people. What's up, Root Words?
Gang,
One.
gang, what's going on with you, brother? What's going on this good day?
Hey,
Friday.
yes, sir. Friday, Friday. And as they say, man, you ain't got nothing to do. And even if you do got something to do, it's Friday. Just like the movie said, man. Shit, let's kick back, have a good time, but at the same token, let's drop that knowledge and that science and elevate the minds of the people. And today, let's go ahead and do what we said. Let's deal with us men and us so-called those out there who being sugar daddies. Are they corrupting mindsets of young ladies? And worse than that, they bet not be messing with no little girls. Okay, so let me just throw that out there right now. But yes, sir. So let me just say this: back alley gang, gang, back alley gang, gang, back alley gang, gang. Megla down 415 is my name, and keeping it Rizilla is my gizane. Sucker ducking and dummy dodging these lanes. Blessed with good fortune and good fame. And now these YouTube streets knows my name. Yee. Yes, sir. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Root Words. However you like to introduce yourself. You know how I do me. But if you got an introduction, brother, go ahead and give it to the people.
Just want to say New Year on positive vibes. Try and give people more knowledge, more understanding of things with just a little bit more fun. That's about it.
Sounds great to me. Hey, you know, everybody's been dealing with this R. Kelly subject matter. And yes, I did live it because I'm an OG. So I definitely remember the history, and I'm sure you remember Aaliyah. Age ain't nothing but a number. I don't know how exactly the song went, but she had a whole concept dealing with how age ain't nothing but a number. Do you remember that, my brother?
Yeah, I certainly do. And I understand now that her name, Aaliyah, was coming around the same time as Allah. Yeah, a lot of little weird stuff. And over there in them traditions and everything, age ain't nothing but a number.
You know what, man? See, that's a big subject. Age ain't nothing but a number. Now that's a sister, a woman. Rest her soul, rest in power. The great Aaliyah, and I love Aaliyah. I always loved her. Um, Now she was kind of grown in her own mind, or do you think that was a persona? Because Aaliyah, she came out like she said it, like age ain't nothing but a number. I mean, was you feeling that, or was you against that? I mean, how did you look at her when she came out? I'm just asking you, my brother.
I mean, I was young at the time. So it was a song, and it got into our young brains. It's just that age is more than a number, because come to find out, there's a lot of people that was dealing with her, and they was pushing age ain't nothing but a number. And that's what this show is about today. So how you feel about it?
Well, I was in my 20s, I believe. So, you know, when she first came out, I recognized her as a like a teenager type of figure. But it threw me off because they got married. R. Kelly married her, right? If I'm not mistaken, they actually got married. You remember that?
So now you bringing back stuff that I forgot. So you telling me that I forgot all about that he was married to this young girl, and there's a lot of men out here that be marrying these young girls. So I'm just wondering, and I'm just like, is this the subject of today, or are we talking about that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
R.
yes,
Kelly and young
yes.
girls.
Well, it's R. Kelly, and then I was over here checking out the human bat Lex, the Luciferian, but he got another channel, and he trying to do some other things on that channel, and they did a subject matter, him and Solar Mind, Soldier Mind. I affectionately like to call him Soldier Mind, but he's a good brother. But they did a subject dealing with, in fact, are black men being publicized as predators, almost as though it's society, it's the media that's making us look bad. And I guess what I want to do today is provide a balance. Like, yes, society does play a part in it, or not society, let's say wicked media people, those who want to propagate a certain image of black male, indigenous male, aboriginal male, melaninated male. However, we have a part to play in it. I must admit that there was a time in my life when I had no real understanding of a woman. Yes, I wanted the sweet candy of the goddess. However, there's responsibility even when eating candy, because if you don't brush your teeth, you're going to get cavities. And we're posing today that, are these sugar daddies like R. Kelly actually giving cavities, to the sweet tooth of these young ladies who want to be around a strong man? Because a lot of times they are looking for imagery of their father. They're looking for comfort zones that their father provided them or did not provide them. So a lot of times you hear that terminology, a woman calling her man daddy. Now, I've been called daddy before, and I don't take it as disrespect. How do you take it when, because I'm sure one of your goddesses have called you daddy before. Did you take that as a disrespect thing? I'm just asking.
Before I get to that question, I was like, you went through the situation. I want you to tell me about your situation.
Well, you know what? Miss B is younger than me. Okay? Me and Miss B met 10 years ago. And Miss B was 19 years old. All right? And she was already, in her mind, growing up as a woman, wanting to start a family. And I was like, all right, baby, but you're only 19, right? But she wanted to start a family. And she even was threatening to do it pretty much without me. Like, leave me alone. Like, fuck it. If you don't want to start a family, then she was going to move on. And so, by her being so adamant about it and so dedicated to wanting to be a mother and start a family life, it kind of inspired me to want to develop a relationship with her. Because at first I was like, I'm a bachelor. I'm not ready. But she was ready. And so it helped me, in a sense, grow up. It helped me move forward in life. And look, 10 years later, me and Miss B are still together. We have our battles, shit, every day. All right, because a woman, a black woman, is no joke. A black woman is not to be played with, ladies and gentlemen. So Miss B is a strong-minded, strong-willed individual.
How many years
And
are you older than her?
oh, I'm 10 years older than her.
So when she was 19, you was 29?
Something like that, exactly.
All right, no, I was just like, because I know when I was like 24, 25, we messed with this girl that was like 18, 19. She was just around the hood and everything. And like, you know, some of us feel. I mean, I can't say feel guilty. Some of us just, you know, what I'm saying, just, you know, we understood that we was the problem right there. You feel what I'm saying? We was younger, ignorant minded, but still, you know what I'm saying? Like, and ain't nobody ever say nothing. But when we got older, we just like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? That girl was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, do you understand what I'm saying though? Like, do you think that the system and the way we was raised, and then a lot of men don't grow into being mature? Do you think that's the problem?
Well, see, the thing is, like I was mature, but I was focused on money and getting my life together and career and shit like that, to be honest with you. And here, this 19-year-old lady going, yes, into her 20s, but she wasn't 20 yet. But she was serious in her mind about wanting to start a family. And so what shocked me was I was older and I was running from the family life at that moment because I was kind of concerned with my own material gain and my own career. And so when she came to me on that level, it was like an adult move. And I pressured her. I was like, hey, man, I ain't ready. And the only thing that made me look at her again is she was willing to leave me. If I didn't want to start a family, she was ready for a family. You know, she thought that I was looking at her as, in a sense, not woman enough to be ready to start a family. You see what I'm saying? Like I was being her parent. Like, hey, you ain't ready for no family yet. And so she was looking at me like, nigga, you ain't my goddamn father. If she wanted to start a family, she was gonna do that. And so it was either get with the program or leave her alone. I decided to get with the program. All right. Now, if she was 17 years old, I wouldn't have did it. Because I would have been like, come on now. Shit, you ain't even 18 yet. God damn it. You feel me? 18 years old, I would have been like, yeah. Right? You just now turned 18. 19 was like, okay, you're about to be 20. But in my mind, I was like, don't you want to go to school and start your career first and then think about children? And her mind was a little different at the time. Now, look, she did go back to school. And of course, I supported her with her school life. She did further her education. So she kept it true to herself. You know, a lot of times people say, go to school, get your career popping, then start the family, start the children. And that's a great way. That's the traditional way of success. Miss B challenged me to do it a different way. And I was a little nervous, a little scared, a little intimidated because I was like, damn, why we can't wait? I was trying to wait. You feel me? I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to wait. Miss B is the one that said, brother, get off the block and get on your goddamn post. And it's time for family life. And yes, it was a heck of a thing. But yes, I was in a sense, I was not pressured into it, but she came to me on some shit like this is what she wants to do with her life, and she's ready for a child. And what can you tell a woman, a young lady, who feels that she wants a child? I told her no. Okay? And she was willing to leave this Negro, Brother Root Words. So all I'm saying is I don't regret it because we're still together. We have a family. It just was different. I wasn't used to a younger lady being more ready for a family than I was as an older man. Because I still, in a sense, wanted to do me. I had aspirations to do this and aspirations to do that. And I still got my aspirations, but I wanted to do it, in a sense, without having children running around. I don't know how my life would have turned out that way because I was a little more wild. Because I was still young minded. I was mature, but like I got a young mind, meaning what? Nigga, I still like to rap. I still like to get out there and do the shit. I'm still a street dude in the sense to where You know, I still like to be out and involved. And maybe my ambitions would have led me into a lot of different scenarios. You know, I was still young minded, you know, wanting a car, them flashy cars, the kind that bring all that attention to you. You feel me? Maybe that would have been a bad move for me, rolling around in a Cutlass Supreme, you know, with the rims on it and shit. Maybe that was the image that Lex and Solomon are trying to say the media is propagating. Like we're just careless, running around to clubs, throwing money at the strippers, you know, partying on Friday nights. And goddamn it, for me, it was every night because I didn't have no family at the house. So I was partying every goddamn night. And then once Miss B came to my home, my house, which was a home because a chair is just a chair if no one's sitting there. You know, a house is not a home. But once Miss B came to my home life, she never left. And me and Miss B have been together ever since. So I'm ranting right now, but I'm saying that in retrospect, it's a great move. My finances are not exactly where I would like them to be, and I'm still going after that. My goddess, she has her career. She does her thing. So I'm very proud of that. Like I didn't bring her down. I supported her with school, and she's going back to school to get another degree, and I'm going to support her with that. So I'm not the type of dude that held her back because what I wanted is I didn't want her to get into the family life with children and not pursue her career in her life because I would never want somebody to say that I stopped them from pursuing their dreams, if you understand where I'm coming from. I know I said a lot, but the
Yeah, you
bottom
said
line,
a lot. I don't know
yeah.
where are you going with this.
You know what? I'm ranting. I'm ranting right now, and I'm thinking about my life and how it turned out. And I still got so far to go by the grace of God. Um, we got these family things in line. Now we just got to get our finances in line. I don't suggest every man out there do this like I did because it's risky to start your family before you get your finances right. But, you know, it seemed to have worked out for me and us because, like I said, Miss B just started a new job. She got her career going. She only been there for 1 year. So she got many years to go and just to move up in that thing. So I don't feel like I'm holding her back from her dreams. I do feel like I sacrificed some of my things that I would have been doing, which is running with the brothers. And it could be a good thing or a bad thing when you're running with the brothers and running in the streets. Like I wasn't out there just wild, 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 but I was wild, wild west. And Miss B, she slowed me down, my brother. That's what I'm saying. Maybe Miss B
Hold
saved
on,
my.
man. You making excuses, man, because you just went on a fucking rant, man. I don't know, man. It's real. I'm like, hold on, man. The subject about R. Kelly and he's are we fucking up these young girls' mind? Now I'm just wondering, are us as older men, who cares if we did something good or wrong? Was the way we programmed wrong? Because, like I said, when I was like 24, I had sex with like an 18-year-old. So it was wrong. I can't get out of it, bro. Just I ain't saying it was bad. Just you know what I'm saying. There was a lot of other girls out there, but the way I was thinking and the way we was taught in the system is cool. So what I'm asking is, who cares if it turns out right, Megalodon, or wrong? Would you want your daughter at 19 going on a date with a man that's 29?
I would not because it's not the traditional way that I was taught. All right. And so, like, I look at myself differently because I do know who I am. But when I just hear the age, I'll be like, no, you need somebody around your own age. That's what I would tell her. And so it's a weird thing, brother. It's really weird. Now you say you felt that you were wrong by doing that with an 18-year-old. Now, what if she was 19? Would you still be wrong?
I didn't say really wrong. I just said the way we think in the system is not morally correct because the things we do we wouldn't want that to be done to our people. That's all. That's why I just didn't jump down your throat. I put myself in that predicament too.
Well, now look, I gotta give you the other backdrop to the story. At the time, I had my own apartment. At the time,
Megla Don, it seemed like you're feeling guilty and you just can't admit it. We're talking about R. Kelly and some little girl shit.
no, I'm letting you know what
There
I
ain't no
had.
such thing, man. Ain't no such thing. You just said that you wouldn't want your daughter to deal with no 29-year-old, but you're making excuses for why you did it.
Exactly. But it's not excuses. I'm giving you the
It is
back.
if you saying you wouldn't want your daughter doing it, but you allowed to do it.
Well, see, look, I'm not saying I'm allowed to do it.
See, I knew. See, that's why you went on that rant, because you just can't come out and say it wasn't really. That's why I said the system makes us think things. I ain't saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that you wouldn't want that done to your family, so why would you do it?
Miss B made me do it.
Oh, there it is. And a 19-year-old young beautiful woman made a G nigga that's 29 do something.
Brother, this goddess, a chocolate goddess, because I love the chocolate. This chocolate goddess came at me like she was ready for family life, and I wasn't, because I was still out trying to rebound from my previous relationship.
Okay, if your if one of your friend's daughters was 18 or 19 and said, "Well, I'm ready for a family," would you be approving of them going out and messing with a 29-year-old man?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, then. So you cannot make no excuses and go on a 100-minute rant.
What
You
I'm
could just
saying,
say, really, the system is a little weird, and you kept loyal to your shit. Now you didn't look at it for sex. That's what I honor you on. Yeah, you really held the family down. You really, you know what I'm saying? So don't think I'm talking about you, but you got to really look in the mirror, bro.
and look, look, bro, as my son is calling my name right now, I got to go upstairs. Miss B is upstairs and everything. She got everything under control. But I got to go upstairs real quick. And I might have to have a drink for this Friday night. Give me a little Cali Green. That's her calling me right now. Hold on one second. I know, boo. I'm on my way right now. I've been saying that for the longest. Here I come right now. I know. Here I come right now. All right. Yes, ma'am. I know, boo. I'm on my way right now. I'm on the show. I'm calling you right now. I'm coming up. Excuse me. I'm coming up right now. Oh, Miss B? Oh, she hung up. I might get her on a little later to testify to a few things. But the bottom line is this, brother. Are you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, look. She had left her house.
Hey, man, look.
Can I finish my statement?
No.
Can I finish my statement?
My fault, man. How can you do that, though, after you just said it's not cool?
Are you going to let me finish my statement? Then you can get on me.
I'm not going to get on you. Why you keep thinking I'm getting on you?
No, you can break down.
I'm asking you, would you let your girlfriend's daughter, or if you had a daughter, or one of your friends' daughters, if you was their parental guidance, would you let them date a 29-year-older? You said no. So you can't get out of that, bro. I mean, that's like...
No. Now, keep in mind, when you say let, I said I wouldn't advise them. It's not about letting them do anything.
Okay, then. So
right?
You're being a hypocrite. You wouldn't advise somebody to do something, but you're doing it.
No, I did it.
Yeah, and so you're doing it.
No, I'm not doing it.
The only thing you can say now is that you're seeing love, and it was meant to be.
Brother.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, though. But still, the act wasn't cool, because you said it wasn't cool. You said the act wasn't cool. I didn't say nothing. You said that. I said me having sex with a girl, I don't think that was cool, because I had player and flavor enough to get girls that was my age and older and younger. You know what I'm saying? Just, it wasn't flavorable. It just wasn't flavor. The thing you did just wasn't flavorable, but you turned it into beauty. So I ain't knocking you, but you just got to take some advice. You got to take that shit. You can't go on no hour rant. I mean, I can't say you can't do that, but what the fuck, man? You just wasted 20 minutes just because you can't say, I mean, shit, man, it's really not cool for me to do it.
Hey, look. Hold on, because I got to go up there and regulate the house because the little one's running around crazy. So I got to go put my foot down. But look, what I'm saying, brother, is she had left the house already.
So,
What, brother? You ain't listen.
how old was you? 29.
Listen to what I'm saying. She had already left the house, so she was on her own in those streets. Okay, because we met in the streets. I had an apartment.
Hey man, do you know 10 R. Kelly songs?
Can I finish my statement?
Do you know 10 R. Kelly songs?
I know all of his music, my brother. But listen, let me
know, man.
look. I had a place. I had a choice. Do I build with this woman or do I let her into my home? I chose to let her in because she threatened to pretty much disassociate herself from me because I was treating her like a little kid by saying that she wasn't ready. All right. She was already out of her home, left out of her mom's house. And so in her mind, she was grown. She was in the world.
I mean, sometimes some situations ain't funny, bro. Some situations don't got no, you know what I'm saying, like no ha-ha to it. Like it might be enticing and might be a good subject, but some of that shit, some subjects just is a no-fly zone for like joking with. You feel what I'm saying? You probably want to knock somebody's head off if it was like another way around and anything negative happened in that shit. So that's why I'm just like, I might be taking this whole conversation wrong over. You know, I don't know, man. You just like, man, that's R. Kelly, and you know what I'm saying? You would like, we're saying what R. Kelly is doing is horrible, but if we do it, it ain't horrible. So we're really making fun and making a mockery out of a young girl's brain.
Well, look, we're gonna get back.
I think you're one of the only ones that did it correctly though, because you're still with the woman and you uplifting her, and y'all both have a family. But most men that do that don't do that. We usually be out for just to fuck the shit out the little girl and corrupt her brain. So once again, don't think I'm talking about you. You got to man up on this shit situation. What I'm saying about the whole moral code is not cool of the system.
And you're right, but look, bro, you said that you had sex with an 18-year-old while you was 24. I said I built a relationship with a 19-year-old.
But y'all was having sex first. Y'all was fucking like little cats and dogs. Man. Come on, man. A little young 18-year-old girl, man. Get fucking serious.
We was not.
Nah, man, whatever, man. That's the only way you make a family is a whole bunch of fucking, man.
I'm saying at first we wasn't.
Man, get serious, man.
I'm telling you, at first we wasn't. I kid you not. At first, I got nothing. And that's why it was such a challenge. Because I thought I was going to get some. Right? And I didn't get none. And so then I had a real choice to make. Like, ain't this about a witch? You telling me?
So you was chasing a 19-year-old?
I wasn't chasing her. What it was? Man, I was chasing. I was chasing. You can say I was chasing her because I'm the one that, you know. See, I approached her. All right. I felt a spirit. And once I learned of her situation, learned who she was, I had a choice to make. I started building with her, but there was no sex, brother. I'm telling you straight up. I wasn't getting none. And that's why it was real challenging for me, because I was like, what? She ain't even giving me none. What am I going to do? But she wanted to build a family, but she just didn't want to have sex right then and there with me. And I was like, I don't understand that. You want to build a family, that's cool, but I can't get no sex. Now, I'm telling you, man, I let this woman in my house and we was not having sex. Now, I got a king-size bed and there was no king shit going on in terms of with the queen.
Hey, man, all I'm saying is,
I'm being real with you, man.
I was not having sex. You was chasing a 19-year-old.
I wasn't chasing a 19-year-old.
You said she did not give you none, and you're gonna do like every other man do. try to keep on getting it. And you fell in love with a 19-year-old.
Exactly. And that's what I tried to do, right? But
okay, then. So why are we talking about R. Kelly then? Ain't that what he did?
No, I'm saying Miss B was serious to the point where I didn't get none.
I ain't talking about Miss B. I'm talking about you.
And I'm telling you, I didn't get none off the rip. And I had to show major dedication.
Okay,
major.
Fine. I'm not mad at that. I'm just trying to say you fell in love with a 19-year-old, just like R. Kelly and Hugh Hefner.
I gave her a key to my house before I even was able to get some of the candy. All right. And she was on her motherhood shit. So it was a
challenge. So she already had a kid?
I was a bachelor.
I said, so she already had a kid.
Brother, what I'm saying is it goes deep.
Hey man, my mom had me when she was 17. What the fuck?
It goes deep.
Did she have a kid?
It goes deep, brother.
Did she already have a kid?
She was on her motherhood shit.
I mean, damn. So did she already have a kid?
She wanted a family. That's all I can tell you.
Damn, man. I mean, like my first girlfriend had a kid. What's wrong with that, man?
She wanted a family.
Did she have a kid?
Right. Hey, look, I gotta go. I'll be right back.
You really won't answer that question?
I just told you she was a motherhood. She wanted her mother. I gotta go real quick. I'll be right back. But look, this is what I want to do real quick because I can hear. No, hold on.
Was she pregnant or something?
Real words.
Why can't you just answer it yes or no?
You're a nosy man, brother.
You the one who said she wanted motherhood. So was she pregnant or?
Hey, I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to all that. But look at this. This is what they was talking about earlier. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna go. All right, check this out right here, and tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you think about. I'll be right back.
Man.
We'll get a brother some shine. This is his brother rap network.
Man, I'm not about to sit here and listen to this stupid ass shit, nigga.
Yes.
No. See the black male.
I don't give a fuck about, man. I'm when you come back, call me, man. I'm about to be listening to this crazy shit.
Darkness in the darkness. Comprehended it not.
Ain't gonna be long. I'll be right back, Root Word. You can talk over this shit too. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Talk over this shit. If you got something to say.
Just give me a moment. The black male image as a sexual predator, the crucifixion of R. Kelly. I want to talk about it. And before anybody gets their panties in a bunch, I'm not here to defend and say that, like I'm defending some, child abuse or anything like that. It's a much deeper conversation because I know how people are so emotional. See, man, that's why people rule over us, because our people get so emotional that they can't think, right? Because you can just press certain buttons. You say child abuse, children, sexual abuse, and everyone just gets crazy before they can start looking past things and see the bigger picture of what might be going on. So that's what I want to talk about today. And anybody that wants to challenge this conversation, you'll be welcome to join the conversation. But I think we're missing a big piece of something here, man. That people, our people are just inferior thinkers, man. It's not that we just get emotional, man. Emotion clogs. Listen, there's a difference between showing emotion and being emotional. There's nothing wrong. A lot of people say you're emotional because even if you show emotion, that doesn't mean you're emotional. You choose your emotion. Emotional is when your emotions are controlling you. So let's talk about it. See what I'm talking about here. Yeah, yeah. All right. Good morning, America. You know what I'm saying? What up, Solar? Let me know if you want to join the conversation that I'm having. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about, first of all, it's a distraction. You know what I mean? We already know about the mass distraction. We know about Hegelian dialect. I hope you do. If you don't know about that, then you need to go look it up and find out what it's all about. Find out what this mass, you know what I'm saying? So right now, you know, and this is another subject we're going to talk about later. Now, remember, we did a whole series on Barfield A. Greed and capitalism, the agent of capitalism. Now, right now, let me just bring this out real quick. Everybody was making fun about going to the woods, or what when we was telling people, you know, you got to stop participating. Now, I'm gonna tell you what just happened in the spirit, because the government is shut down, right? And there's federal employees that are not getting paid. And what are they doing? They're actually protesting to stop the government shutdown so they can have government back. And what they're doing is spiritually giving the controllers, these aliens, these, we won't even mention their names, you know who they are, a right to rule them again. See, they keep reverse tricking you. And this is what I tell you about capitalism. Now they actually have the people asking for government, which means all the things that come with it, all the things that come with the capitalism, all the things that come with eugenics, all the things that comes with poisoning your food, all the things that have you going to work and paying taxes and enslaving you. The government shut down. They're not getting those fake fiat notes, and they're worried about, you hear in their protests, they're worried about paying bills and how am I going to do this, and they want Trump out of office. They're actually begging the devil for government. Agents of capitalism. Do you see the mind game of capitalism? But that's another subject. In the meanwhile, you still got people like Barfield A. Greed still talking about business credit and you know, business and doing all this capitalistic stuff. And you see, and not even preparing, you see what can happen and what may be on the verge of happening if Trump declares emergency powers and we go into martial law. So the sense that he declares martial power. Now, I was telling you that capitalism, right? So right now the government shut down. Government workers are not getting their money. And who knows what this can lead to bigger things. So what they're doing now is testing you. All right. And you have failed. The American public has failed the test because they're begging for government. See, evil in this universe has to give you free will. Right? So they rule over you and they inflict capitalism and all this system of slavery. And then they take away the government. They shut down the government for 20-something days, and the people are already begging and admitting that they're like children that can't govern themselves, which if you go and ask for a king, remember in the Bible, it says, since you ask for a king, I'm going to give you a wicked king, right? So now the people are begging for government. But let's get to the subject. Later on, I want to do something on capitalism and how this government shutdown is a new contract for you because you're begging for government. And you need to stop participating in the system. But now the people are begging for government again, which is going to re-enslave them and have you enter a new contract where the evil overlords can say, see, they ask for us to rule over them. They asked for capitalism. They asked for it. They were on the news protesting, saying, give us government, rule us. We can't do it ourselves. We're scared to do it without you. You're like little children that need their parents. And so the overlords come in and say, see, creator, I told you they want us to rule them. They like capitalism. They like evil. They like Barfield greed. They want this fake money. They want materialism. So we give it to them. And while we're doing it, we have the right to enslave them. Enslave them. But like I said, that's another show, but I wanted to hit on it before I get into feminism, the war on feminism and black men. That includes your black woman, the war on the image of the black man. You all, listen, I got these emotional black men like this mongoloid named Chris did a show the other day telling everybody, oh, the black man should be outraged because R. Kelly is abusing our daughters. And everybody's out crucifying R. Kelly. He's a monster. Throw him in jail. And they don't see the bigger picture. They don't make the connection with Michael Jackson. They don't make the connection with Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. And who's next? Who's next? But see, what people don't realize is while you're sitting out here cheering for your brother to be crucified and killed and turning him into a monster, which I don't know the facts. I think some of it's true, some of it's fabricated. That's not really where I'm getting at. See, in the Jewish community, you can't do that. I don't care what a Jew does. You, Goyim, are not going to judge them. You have nothing to say about it because that is a Jew and you can't do nothing. And if you try to portray one of us in the news or mess up our image, guess what? We're going to make you pay for it. Well, first of all, we control the news and we control the images that are put through Hollywood and TV or whatever else. So I want to show y'all something real quick. Because the prosecutor is a black woman named Kim Fox. And Kim Fox is nothing but a feminist. Okay? And what y'all still don't see the feminist agenda. See, your emotions are getting it because you're thinking about the babies. You know, he's abusing the babies. And see, and you don't see the bigger picture. There's a war on the black male, and it's coming from feminists. And that's black and white. But the black ones are the worst ones. See, this is the same thing that happened during the Black Power movement where certain feminists that entered the movement, they ended up putting the feminist agenda before the black agenda. That's why the black women, they have no mercy for R. Kelly. Now, I'm not saying he deserves, I don't know. You know, he did this and that, but what they're really doing, and they're making him pay for all of their pain. And I'm going to prove that to you. And because you got people coming forth talking about they was abused. Like, I want to show the clip. I posted a clip earlier about Lady Gaga. Now, she did a concert with R. Kelly, and she was supporting him. And now she's coming out saying she's sorry for supporting him, and she was abused when she was 19. So you was abused. So she's basically saying somebody has to pay, and it's going to be you, black man. Let me show this real quick. What up, Solar? Welcome to the show. Peace, brother.
What's up? What's up? You know what I'm saying? The energy works very funny, man, because I was actually working on a video. I was putting together a video, and I seen you posted the video. I was like, okay. And then you did the stream. I said, oh, shit. He's really, because I obviously, you know, since we working on this joint together, I kind of see what you're watching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, okay, we kind of on the same page with this. So, you know, yeah, let's go in. Because
we gotta go in.
You know, I'm going to take it a step, even a step further. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to say, after watching the videos with the women, with his wife, obviously, I believe that his wife has the more convincing, I guess you could say, convincing argument. I don't believe that she's lying about him being very controlling, because all of the women are saying the same thing. He's very controlling, housing them, pretty much saying that you can't come out unless you have to call on somebody, and he's very strict in rules and all that, and you know what I'm saying, like, you know, very controlling, almost possessive, like, you know what I'm saying, narcissistic, like, you know, kind of attributes. And I would agree, you know, I would say that I believe the women when they say that. There's nothing really showing, you know,
I mean, how many dudes are like that though?
No, he's very overbearing pertaining to, like, you know, how he because she was like, when I was looking at the interviews with the wife, she was saying like it'll be like a picture. She took like a picture, and she didn't know that somebody was in the background because they was holding this big snake. So he seen the guy in the background, and he was like upset, and you know what I mean. It's some guys that's like that, and I don't think that she's lying. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, saying that, you know, she was like, you know, borderline of, you know, he was abusive and like, you know, but this is my point. That is an alpha male. That's an alpha. He don't want you, like when they talk about like the alpha male, that's what they're talking about. That's what it is.
We talked about that.
He has a whole bunch of women. I mean, if you're gonna give it if you're gonna give a human an animal characteristic, that's how you gotta apply it. That is an alpha male that you're talking about here with R. Kelly. Now, as far as with the sexual stuff, after hearing all the cases of the sexual stuff, because his wife never said anything that he did anything like sexually like messed up to her. He just was saying that he was real controlling. So his wife never made a claim of him like doing some crazy sexual shit. It was only the other women, and what they trying to allege is that he messed with underage women. You know what I'm saying? So that is the only thing that you could get him on. All this shit that you're talking about him being overbearing, okay, he's an asshole. He could be an asshole, whatever. Okay, but what is this all like? You know what I mean? So you go into the trial, the actual trial. I looked at the,
what
the
are they
video with
talking about?
Sparkle.
They say alpha male.
She was saying that was her niece.
What is an alpha
the whole
male?
thing, they said they couldn't prove it.
That's something
or whatever. So
about, y'all.
that
An
was
alpha
that.
male.
Now you
What
have
is an alpha male for real?
this woman, one of the women that I believe that was one of the ones that actually went back to R. Kelly after she made that statement. That you know, there was a point in time where she was when she was dealing with him, that she seen the girl years later that was the same girl that was on that video. So I mean, when it comes down to the sexual stuff, and I wouldn't even put that past them, but what I'm saying is that they don't really have enough evidence to be castigating him like this in the media. So why are they castigating him like this in the media?
Right.
I got this article that I'm going to read, and this is very crazy because it gets into see, y'all deal with the shit on a surface.
Right.
And y'all reactionary. Everybody knows now that black people are reactionary people. So they'll hit you with a firestorm of allegations, and then they'll allow, okay, we could just sit back and let the process happen. And once we get a general consensus amongst black people that he ain't shit, we could then go in and then charge him with anything.
Exactly.
Now. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you don't think this is connected to the whole Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, and all these other, the image? Because what people don't realize, right, is that these images that are put out of R. Kelly, this big sexual assaulter, Bill Cosby, when you're walking down the street, that's what the white woman sees now. And you wonder why she's holding a purse. You see what I'm saying? Or in other countries, this is going around the world. So this is very related to image. You see what I'm saying? And that's the piece people are missing. And why?
But like what you just said, though, you know what I'm saying? You know that when this thing began to resurface, that he was trying to he found out, because remember, if you know his story, you know he can't read.
Right.
So he was trying to get he was trying to claim copyright over his material. He was trying to I forget what they call it and shit. He was pretty much trying to control his all the records that he put out
and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was trying to get control over his material. And they would not release it to him. And then that's when this whole thing began to resurface, because we know the whole thing that happened in the early 2000s. But that court case was already settled. When it began to resurface, it came right after there was rumors that he was having some type of issue with the record companies with his music. So that's no different from what happened with Michael Jackson, like what you were just saying. Remember, Michael Jackson had the same issue before they began to throw out this molestation, like what you said. They give you the worst accusation, and then they'll run with it. They'll throw out the firestorm, and because what they're doing now with these black women, and we're going to get into this black women thing. They because most of those black women that is out there, they were of age. The ones that's out there talking now, they were of age. What they're saying is that they know of R. Kelly messing with younger women. This is what I'm saying, because none of them were underage. The one girl is saying that, well, I know the girl that I seen in that video was the same girl that I met like 11 years later. You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of what the story. So they really don't have nothing, like what the lawyer said.
Right.
If you look at it, they really don't have nothing, because even the girls that's coming out, they're saying that, okay, he wouldn't let me out the room. I had to text him to go to the bathroom. But you agreed to all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do shit wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or you could call him an asshole. You could call him a control freak. You could call him what you want, but he did not break a law. So this is what the whole media bliss is about. They're trying to find something to stick on him so they could castigate him, just like they did with all the other entertainers. Just like you said, this is another Bill Cosby. And you know that, for example, since his wife is so extraordinary, she's a well-speaker, she got a high energy vibe to her. They got her going around all the women shows, you know what I'm saying? So she was on the View, and
a lesbian platform.
One of the ladies was trying to connect what she was doing to the Me Too movement, and she was like, "Nah, she's like, no." It was like, she's like, "So you were influenced by the Me Too movement?" She's trying to make that connection, because it's like, like you said, it's a movement. Now I got the thing. Like, now let's deal with it on a whole nother level, right? You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep it funky here, man.
Before you go into that, let me just read this article real quick. Just a real short article on the lawyer, and see what she supports. The prosecuting lawyer. Now, this is a chick that was raised in Chicago, right? Listen to this. Kim Fox joins Planned Parenthood to support Kwame Raoul for Attorney General. For what? So abortion has been front and center at the Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing this week, and the future of Roe versus Wade is at risk if Kavanaugh is on the Supreme Court. Today, Planned Parenthood Illinois Action PAC and Cook County State Attorney Kim Fox joined to support Kwame Raoul as Illinois' next Attorney General, because he is a longtime advocate for advancing equality in Illinois. Now, you know what advancing equality means. Feminism. Listen to this. Statement from Jennifer Welch, Planned Parenthood Illinois Action. 2018 has been dubbed the year of the woman, but it needs to be the year for women. With so much uncertainty coming out of Washington, D.C., the attorneys general are the last line of defense to protect our rights. Kwame Raoul is who I want to protect my rights and the rights of more than 68,000 patients who visited Planned Parenthood of Illinois last year. The statement from Kim Fox, Cook County State Attorney, the prosecuting attorney who's asking these women to step up and convict R. Kelly. The feminist from Chicago. I have worked closely with Kwame Raoul on the criminal justice reform, and particularly on reforming our bail system. As a fellow prosecutor and policymaker, Kwame has been a trailblazer on many issues, but most importantly, I know he will continue to fiercely defend a woman's right to choose. I'm supporting Kwame Raoul because he will be the best advocate for us as Attorney General. If you go on, you'll see that the dude that he's running against is against abortion, and only in special cases. Kim Fox is a feminist who's talking about, now she's supporting Planned Parenthood. You see what I'm saying? And we know this goes back to the feminist movement, this whole right to choose if I want to have a baby and all of this stuff. So we know where some of this is coming from. Now, do we have to go through what Planned Parenthood is, people? Again, y'all know what that's about. We know it was started by who? Margaret, the one who said that we need to get rid of the lesser races. This is who's prosecuting R. Kelly. And most likely, she was probably abused at some point in her life. So what I'm seeing is Black women and women in general are angry at men for maybe they've been abused. And I'm not saying we should not have any compassion or something like that, because that is a serious thing. But what happens is in the media, when a man is accused of something, all the women go, I believe her. I was abused too. They don't need no facts, nothing. They would never lie, in women's rights. And then they bring all this other bigger picture stuff in as if this represents the whole fight for women's rights and to stop women's abuse. And so what happens with Black women, especially the feminists, and most of them are probably 70% of these chicks are feminists, their emotions kick in, just like during the Black Power movement. They put the whole Black shit aside now. And now it's all about, we're going to get this nigga. He needs to pay. He's the devil. And don't realize that the whole time, it's not just R. Kelly being crucified. It's not just Bill Cosby. It's the image of the Black man in general. And on that note, I'll turn it over to you, Solo.
Yeah, and that's just real talk. Like what you made that connection with the feminist movement, and obviously you could see that a lot of women is taking part in this castigation, and these women are influential in the media. Look at where all these women are going. Is either a white woman show or a Black woman show. You know what I'm saying? That they're going.
By the way, it aired on Lifetime.
And it's like, Megyn Kelly, she had a show. They had one on The View where they brought the women on, and you could see like with the one sister, you could see that she is writing a book on it. You know what I mean? She got her little book out. And it almost got to the point where like this capitalism thing is like a virus. So it's just like she wouldn't even tell her whole story in detail because she wants you to buy her book. So even when Megyn Kelly was asking her questions, she was like, yeah, well, I'll get into it more detail in my book. So she's worried about selling that book. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to sell that book. So this is how we are created here, especially in the West, in America. We look for an opportunity. When the opportunity comes, we'll feast on that dead body.
Yes.
We'll feast on that dead body. Once the whole system say, okay, that's the cash cow right there. They don't care about what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do whatever they can. So you got all these women coming out. Yeah, the one chick come out. She wasn't even staying with R. Kelly. She just had she chilled with him a couple of weeks. The other sister was actually like, I believe, in a relationship with him. And then you had his wife, you know what I mean? So it's like all these women that's, you know, coming out, you know.
And remember, this is aired on Lifetime. I mean, come on, Lifetime?
Right, exactly. Exactly. So
the women's
and then it's a draw from the BBC, some guy, British broadcasting company. You know that this is like an Anglo-American shit. This shit is crazy. This shit is really crazy when you really think about it. Some guy came over from London. He began to interview the women, and you can see all across the board that the women that he is interviewing is sisters. And I want this to be clear, like sisters, like black women, not just black women, they sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you look at them, they're hood chicks. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think that, you know, despite all the music that he put out from the early 90s all the way up until today, black women love R. Kelly.
And remember, he was at the club the next night. Black women screaming.
But see, and this is the thing that I'm gonna deal with. This is what I'm getting into. It's some deep shit. Just like they castigated America's dad, they're trying to tarnish the image of the sexual energy that came from R. Kelly to keep black relationships together. And I'm gonna take this on a deep level, man. We about to get like crazy with this shit, right?
We'll do it.
Like the music that he made, right, was for black folks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The music that he made was for black folks. That's why the black women loved him. Now, you could see that, okay, he messed with the underage women. I believe that was him on the tape. I'm just gonna be straightforward. I believe that was him on the tape. She was 14 or whatever. That shit ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? But my point is that from the time that he started making his music all the way up until today, like you see that the music that he created a sexual energy in the black community. You know what I'm saying? And it's this article, right? Where this white chick. So it's clearly that you know that he's into black chicks.
You know?
You know what I'm saying? He's into black women. Not just black women. He's into the sisters, like hood black chicks. Mm-hmm. All the women that you see coming out. You look at his wife, you could tell she's a hood chick. He's into hood black chicks. Even that is being attacked. And I'm gonna show you this article, right? It was this white woman. Y'all probably don't remember her name. Her name was JoJo. Her name was JoJo. She was a white singer in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Mm. She wrote this article, right? Because she worked with R. Kelly. She worked in the same record company that R. Kelly had a deal with, that Aaliyah was working with. And you know that he was messing with Aaliyah at a point in time. But she worked in the same record company with Aaliyah.
Didn't her parents give him permission to marry her?
Yeah, she was 16.
Exactly.
But her parents gave her permission.
Yes.
Yeah.
We gotta look at that.
So,
people.
What's the big deal about that? Then that's the one thing I don't understand, because people say, well, he married when she was 16, but her parents gave her permission.
The parents gave permission.
So if you're gonna be mad about that, you need to be mad at her parents.
Then
another thing we're gonna have to have, another discussion we're gonna have to have, is the cultural implications of this, with this whole young girl shit. Right? Now, we know that here, there's an age limit. It's the law. You know what I'm saying? But then we got to deal with it culturally, because if I take you to Cuba, you know, older dude getting involved with a girl 15 to 16 is regular shit. You know what I'm saying? If I take you to the Middle East and places in Africa, so we're dealing with a cultural thing.
Really, like, you know what I'm saying, to keep it real funky. That was going on in the black community all the way up into the 90s. I mean, for it's like
I didn't really want to bring it up because I
like you know, that was, and I'm not saying going on. That was like the norm, like to have like you know, some 15,
especially back in like the 30s,
some 40-year-old dude. That shit was normal. You know what I'm saying? Whether y'all want to acknowledge that shit or not, that shit was normal. You know what I'm saying, man? Let's really go into this shit, right? Michael Jackson. He made a song called PYT. Bobby Brown made a song called Tenderoni. You know what I'm saying? Keith Sweat made a song.
You may be young, but you're
right. Exactly. Exactly. So I'm just saying that you could tell by the songs that was being made that shit was normal. You know what I'm saying? That shit was normal.
And not only that, that's what I'm saying.
Now, like, you know, now I think that the law is a good law that they made, the age limits. But don't be trying to act like at a point in time in the black community that shit wasn't normal. You know what I mean? But with that said,
well, I don't know if it's a good law. That depends, though.
Well, I would say with all, we can talk about that. But like, so this white chick comes out, right? This white chick comes out, and she says that she was working in the studio, right? And I'm gonna read the article. I got the article in front of me. So she's saying pretty much like, you know, yeah, she was working around and she heard rumors about R. Kelly and this and that. And pretty much she's trying to insinuate only reason why he didn't try to get with me is because my mom was around. You know what I'm saying? This is what she's trying to say. No, he wasn't getting with you because he's not into white chicks like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to read the article real quick. This is from the singer JoJo. I never really heard of her until I seen the article. I came across the article. It says, to know that many men I've known throughout their career, women too, no doubt, but overwhelmingly more men, worked so closely with R. Kelly and knew that in some cases saw the abuse going on and told stories about this stuff in studio sessions. It was like it was funny and nobody came forward. Seems like many continue to make money off of him and stick around, thus condoning his disgusting predatory ways, where they sticking around for more ridiculous Robert Kelly stories they could tell in private studio sessions later down the line. She goes on to say, the R. Kelly stories I've heard in sessions. Many of these stories I was hearing when I myself was way underage, making my first couple of albums at 12 and then 14 and 15. I was a huge R. Kelly fan and came from a broken home, had daddy issues, and wondered, how did these girls get chosen? I wonder if I could, would be. So she's saying as a young girl, she was hearing these stories about R. Kelly. And she, as what she just said, you know, she wondered if she could be one of those girls. This is the white chick JoJo. So hold on a second.
Yeah. He might need to marry a white woman to get them off his ass. You know what I mean? He didn't fulfill. And I think something else is going on where he's not, you know, he tried to get away from the club, or, you know what I'm saying? He knows something's going on too, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, there's something else to this story that we're not even aware of. You know what I'm saying?
So she goes on to say, so thankful to have had my mom by my side. Thank you, Mom. I love you madly. Who, one, never left me alone for a second until I turned 18. Two, never let me work with R. Kelly when I begged her to. Three, 3 to 4 times. It said, it says 2, never let me work with R. Kelly when I begged her. 2, 3, never let me go get too close to other predatory men who wanted to do who knows what with me, what to me. Because if I didn't have her, I could have easily fallen victim to someone like R. Kelly, period. Feel deeply for those courageous queens who come forward and in some cases risk their lives to share their stories and let others know they're not alone, going up against powerful people, entities, fucking intimidating and terrifying. So pretty much, what she's trying to say is that the reason why R. Kelly didn't try to mess with her was because her mother was there. And because, she wouldn't let her work with R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? So this is what she added to. This is what she added to the whole scenario as to when I guess they interviewed her, asking her about, did she ever know anything about R. Kelly? So he never messed with her. So she pretty much given the reason why he didn't mess with her. It could be that he's not into white women.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, when you read the article in its entirety, because I can't get to the rest of the article, this is what she's trying to insinuate. What she's trying to say is she's trying to give a reason why R. Kelly, okay, R. Kelly's messing with young women, how come he ain't fuck with you? And she said, right, reason why. You know what I mean? Or it could be that he's just into black women. And this is what I'm seeing right now, from the media, the castigating. He's a sex symbol in the black community for the women. Right. He's a sex symbol. They're castigating the sex symbol, just like they castigated the Family Guy Bill Cosby. It's no different.
Not only a sex symbol, but also a masculine symbol. Because a lot of them dudes in the R&B, they be fruity as hell. R. Kelly was thugged out with it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like no fruity dude like a Maxwell or, one of them other guys he was like on some thug shit, but singing R&B, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like, the other dude, I forgot his name, but so that is major in understanding. Listen, man, get mad at me all you want. Black man, you are at war with women, with these feminists, and your own black woman. She hates, like, some of these women are hurt, and they taking the opportunity. Somebody has to pay, and it's not all their fault. It's just like if you're a victim of something, when you see something that's similar to what you experience, that becomes what they call a buzz button. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ignites something into you. So they show the image of R. Kelly and they show these women crying or saying it was that. And if a woman that's already abused, she's already become a feminist, she has a subconscious hate for black men, and she sees that, then they all gonna get together and say crucify, stone them. But they're not seeing the big picture. That when me and you walk down the street, they see R. Kelly. They see Bill Cosby around the whole world. Not just in America and Europe and Russia, overseas, even in Africa. The African-American male, he is a sexual predator. He's not just a drug dealer, a gangster, ignorant nigga, and this and that. Now he's the #1 sexual predator on earth. And here's the thing. If you going after R. Kelly, what are you really hiding? Because we know that the major sexual assaulters are the motherfuckers behind R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? You can go check out the story. What's the dude from Good Times and all them children in Hollywood that talked about how they was abused by them Hollywood producers, invited to their homes, invited to pool parties. These dudes never even got convicted. It never even aired on TV because they won't allow that to happen. So R. Kelly's like a scapegoat, man. How you gonna go after R. Kelly about sexual abuse, and you got these motherfuckers that sacrificing children and abusing young boys on a regular? Never mind, I'm talking about young boys. We ain't talking even about teenagers. You know what I'm saying? So, and we know that some of these producers are even doing this to grown ass men. You know what I'm saying? So, but R. Kelly's the bad guy, and he's the black guy too. You see what I'm saying? And so, I was listening to that Mongoloid the other day on the Argument League. He's all emotional doing the show. Why ain't y'all angry about R. Kelly? Why ain't y'all, nigga? Are you stupid? And this is why I tell people the difference between other people and our people. You don't have the intelligence to rule, or you don't know where the war is. You don't even know how to war. Because let me tell you, the Jews, they got the right way. Listen, if he is guilty, guess what? It's none of your fucking business. You ain't gonna judge him, you fucking goyim. You're beneath us. First of all, don't even point at one of us, motherfucker. You animal. You see what I'm saying? But we're so righteous and want to seem like we're on the opposite side of the fence, and we're standing. Why ain't y'all? Why are we beating R. Kelly's ass? We should have killed R. Kelly and all this shit about your own brother, when it's not you who's crucifying him. And on top of that, you don't even know how deep the rabbit hole goes. You don't know what he knows about Aaliyah's death. You don't know what he knows about you see what I'm saying? There's so much shit that could be involved in this. But you emotional black motherfuckers, especially you men. The women, fuck them. We know they're emotional and fucked up in the head, and they hate black men, and they've been abused and all that shit, and they fucking lost. And they integrated into that white woman's liberation feminist bullshit. That's why they don't like the Vortex or anybody else who tells the truth. That's why Cynthia G ran her faggot ass off this channel when she was talking to Solomon. You talk about you want masculine males, but when you really don't. You're talking about you love beta males, so-called beta males. Well, R. Kelly's a goddamn alpha male. You know what alpha males do? If a lion, you think a lion allow his woman to go hang around another lion, he'll smack the shit out of her. What the hell are you looking at? Where you going? No, stay your ass in the house, right? Alpha male. What? See, this shit is deep, bro. It's deep. There's an attack on us, bro, and it's higher than what we know, because it's just regular shit, but it's spiritual too. They want, and on top of that, like I said, this has to go into the capitalism shit. You know what I'm saying? This has to go into that conversation eventually. But they want to feminize us. They want to make sure they see the rise of the male energy, man. And they keep promoting this woman shit and this black woman shit. Listen, I was listening to you know who's a fucking dangerous devil? Steve fucking Harvey, man. This nigga writing all these books and talking to these black women about how to deal with black men and all this shit, and telling men they need to be men and take care of women and the women this. At the same time, he's not balancing this shit out, saying, well, you gotta be women. He's all on this shit. Women, this nigga is crazy, man. He's giving the worst advice to black women in the world. And people don't know, Steve Harvey right now, he's like the black fucking, what's Dr. Phil to these black women. Act like a man, think like a woman. So what do he say? Act like a woman, think like a man. All that shit. I was watching.
Think like a man, some shit like that.
Yeah, some shit like that. And I was watching his shit. Act Steve. Yeah, y'all nigga be telling these chicks all type of crazy shit, one-sided shit. So let me tell you, black men, something. You know, stop jumping up so quickly to try to play. To look like Mr. Righteous. Because you know what everyone's going to say. Oh, you protecting a pedophile. You doing this. You motherfuckers don't see the bigger. You're so fucking emotional. That could have been my daughter. You know what this? Nigga, shut up before I fucking punch you in your fucking mouth, you bitch.
Yo, he's stupid. Yeah. I think
the bigger picture of how this is affecting our whole people and
right.
the image.
You gotta look at like as men, definitely that's the point. You got to take a step back, and anybody that controls a situation, know. You know what I'm saying? And you're old enough to know from experience that never, ever jump into a situation where just the women, oh no, look, he pushed her. He's going and knocking the nigga out, and come to find out he really didn't push her. And no, you gotta take a step back. Okay, what happened?
Right.
They come over here. Y'all want to talk? What's going on? This, you know what I mean? That's what you got to do on all levels. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's why niggas get killed.
So when that emotional blitz come, you gotta look. You just sit back, and that's what I was doing. I was just sit back and observe it. Okay, what's really going on? Because like what Lex said, which is key. When you talk about pedophilia, ain't nobody fucking with this cracker. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the standard in Hollywood. That's what they do. So now it's like, okay, well, why him? Why are they fucking with him? Because, that's the worst thing you can accuse them of. But even to take it a step further, which what we're going to talk about, it's a different type of pedophile from messing with a 9-year-old than a 15, 16-year-old.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? That's more like
9 is old for them. You mean like 5?
Statutory, that gets into that statutory area. You know what I'm saying? But even when you look at the videos with R. Kelly and the girls, you got to say that that's what she wanted to do.
Man, that girl was a freak, man. I don't get mad at me.
And it's look,
listen, let me say this, bro.
Look, I'm saying like this, right? There's no way that you're going to convince me, you know what I'm saying, that she
was coerced. He took advantage of her young mind.
This or something shit. Like he got the tape on and nah, that's what she wanted to do. That's what she wanted to do. Now you could say, okay, well, yeah, I hear the argument. Well, yeah, she was manipulated into doing it, and it's R. Kelly, but okay, so if that's the case, then if he manipulates a 30-year-old woman to do the same thing, then what? If he could manipulate a 30-year-old woman, because 30-year-old women use the same argument that they was manipulated and this and that. So if he does the same thing to a 30-year-old woman, then what? You know what I'm saying? So,
well, he's a monster. He's the psychological.
You can call him what you want. All I'm saying is that, okay. So on the flip side, right, around that same time that happened, right, it was a young man. He was playing wrestling. 14 years old, and he killed the little boy that he was wrestling with, and it was an accident. He was playing around wrestling and shit, and he killed him. He got charged as an adult. I pulled the shit up. So, okay, so when that shit happens, you could charge him as an adult. But okay, so which one is it? You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't for her actions. You know what I'm saying? As you can see in the video, she wasn't being coerced or forced down to do nothing. She was on top of R. Kelly. You know what I mean? She was on top of R. Kelly in the video.
Let me say this real quick.
So what I'm saying is that now this is we already know that this is a murky territory, and I don't give a fuck. But I want real. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that you're going to tell me that me at 14, with my mind at 14, you know what I'm saying? When it's time to do something, because I ain't really had sex until I was 16, though, but when it was time to fuck with the girls and all that shit, I knew what the fuck I was doing. They knew what the fuck they was doing. You know what I'm saying? They knew.
When I was 14, I was banging chicks 18 and 19.
Yeah, so my point is,
I wasn't.
There's no way that you're gonna convince me that She just ain't know what the fuck was going on. Nah, she knew what the fuck was going on. Now, putting that aside real quick before I hand this thing back over the legs. Okay, so that happens. R. Kelly's still doing his thing, whatever the case got settled, whatever. So, homeboy, the guy that's out there talking about he want his daughter back, he sends his daughter to work with R. Kelly. So why would you send your daughter to a man that is known for fucking with young women?
Right.
Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Now, when they have the interview with the women, she's saying that he ain't forcing me to stay there. She want to stay there. That's what she's saying. So then it gets back into now this is a grown woman now. She's like over 18. You know what I'm saying? So what are they charging him with? I'm still trying to figure out
the charging.
What exactly are they trying to charge him with?
With power.
Being an asshole?
With power.
That's what they're being charged with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
check it out.
Only crazy thing that I heard from the women was that, okay, when I'm in a room, I can't go to the bathroom unless I text them on a cell phone. I'm like, yo, but you staying there though.
Right.
You didn't say that you was staying there. He had you against your will in there.
Yeah, you wasn't handcuffed.
They never said that. They never said that they was there against their will. So if you're not saying that, then why are you trying to complain about the rules that he got up in his shit? You know what I'm saying? As crazy as the rules is. If you're in agreement with the rules, then that's you.
Right.
So how on the one hand, you're trying to use this feminist argument, right? This woman's empowerment, this woman's equality argument. And then on the flip side, trying to play victim because you're a woman.
Right.
It. Like, you're saying like, okay, so if you have the power to make your own choice and you think like a man, like what Steve Harvey said,
right?
The common sense would say that why the fuck am I here allowing this motherfucker to say I can't go to the bathroom? How come nobody ever asked that question?
If you
equal. So they try to use that as, and then they said that they had to call him daddy.
I've seen that. And let me tell you, bro, you want to know what he's being convicted for? Outside of the maybe perverted shit he's doing, for power.
Right. And that's what I was hitting on with the whole thing with the yeah.
They hate to see, and women hate to see, especially these black fucking hating ass women, because they're saying he uses his influence of money and music and fame to take advantage of women. But guess what? Can a broke nigga do that?
Fuck no.
Case closed. See, at one point, it's like, this nigga ain't shit. He broke. You ain't doing nothing or whatever. See, but he couldn't do that to you. But you know when a nigga got his shit together, he gonna show you his power. And you can't run that bullshit on the shit you run on a regular nigga or whatever you want to call a broke nigga, this and this and that. So the fact that he got the money, the fame, and the power, now all of a sudden he's using that to his advantage to take advantage of you damsels in distress.
But see, that's the thing though, right? And it's crazy because that is so on point because they never want to engage the psychology of the female to allow that to happen, not only just with R. Kelly, but in all of history. Think about that. And I'm not saying that it's inferior or superior. What I'm saying that maybe that's just the way a female is made. You think about it. So but if they was to admit that, that would destroy their whole feminist ideology.
Exactly.
So like, they have to say that, well, he's some type of evil predator. But you agreed to those stipulations. You agreed to be in there. Matter of fact, the woman after that show went back to R. Kelly. She went back to him.
Yo, and what about the chick? I remember you was telling me about it. Who said that she had a threesome with
that was the chick. That was the chick that wrote the book. She said that she had a threesome. I gotta get that clip. I gotta get that.
Why ain't the women?
Because that was on my my heart on my PC. Man, my shit got fucked up. I can't even find it.
Why ain't the women calling her?
But that's the thing, though, right? She said that she on the one show said that she seen a girl, whatever, and she was like, yeah, he was forcing me to have threesomes with quote unquote young women. This is what she said, young women. Now you know, at the time she was starting fucking with him, she was only 20. You know what I'm saying? She was only 19, 20. So she's saying like, okay, young women. Then she said that the girl that she said that it was on a tape was, I think she was 14 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Those was one of the girls that she had a threesome with. So she's admitting that she also had sex with underage women.
Exactly.
So, okay, why isn't she being arrested for statutory rape?
Why isn't she a big dark demon, a predator, and taking advantage of, you see what I'm saying? Because it's a double standard. And you know what? There should be a double standard, bitch. Right. Because men and women are not equal. We are stronger than you. We are mentally stronger and physically stronger, and we can fuck you up. There is no equality. You have your traits of what you do good and what we do good. But when it comes to dominance, there's no equality, bitch. And that's why you always talking this beta male shit. But when you run into an alpha male where you can't really run your feminist trying to overtake and disrupt the black man's authority propaganda, all of a sudden he's a predator. But like I said, if you're going to use the term alpha and beta, then know what an alpha male is. Because in the animal kingdom, an alpha male is not negotiating shit with you. The alpha male is not opening the fucking door so you can walk through the woods or climb up the fucking tree. And again, the alpha male is not asking you for no pussy. So understand what the hell y'all, see what I'm saying? They can't deal with the real. Understand what you're saying.
Eric Carroll said he's on point with the Keke Palmer and Queen Latifah. You know that what's her name? Moni Love was put on by Queen Latifah. Now I think she came out with that Moni in the middle when she was like 16 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, come on.
And you know they had a little lesbian relationship. So you know, for her to have that album out at 16, you know she had to do the underground. You know, anybody that rap knows the whole process. You don't just pop out at 16. You know what I'm saying? So you know that she was fucking with her, even at that time, underage. You know what I'm saying?
The white dude who brought Rihanna from Barbados was fucking Rihanna when she was, what, 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? Go read on that story. All them, come on, man. Like, it's just like, and this is the thing, because I know a lot of people are going to get all emotional. You know, nobody's protecting R. Kelly from anything he done. But when this is what irks me, when they get on here and they talk about white supremacy and the system and then they talk about black power, especially these fucking YouTube lesbian hoes, black power. But then when it comes down to a man that so-called done something to a woman, all of that black power shit goes out the window. He's no longer your brother from another mother. It's no longer we must stick together no matter what. The white man puts a brother on camera and says he's a fucking villain and you bitches dive right in. But what happened to wasn't it Donald Trump's attorney or whatever the fuck he was, that dude in the cabinet? His shit got dismissed. You know what I'm saying? He was coming on charges. What about all the assaults that Bill Clinton had? Do you see them going crazy? You know what I'm saying? In the media, What about all the like kids in Hollywood? Go find out what happened to them different strokes niggas. What's his name? All them, they got a damn documentary about the Hollywood children, man. They all got fucked in the ass. All of them. And you know what? They gave the names of the people who did it. But you won't hear about it on the news because most likely his cousin owns the network, nigga. So don't come to me talking this, what if it was your daughter shit? You know, and see, you know, another thing we do, we always make it personal. Like, every situation with black people is, what if it was your mother? And that's true to some, but every situation is like, you're supposed to get emotional and personalize it.
Right.
And not think about the big picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not, sometimes you got to sacrifice some shit for a bigger picture. But guess what? What about the next time you break up?
Every time on that note that you just said.
What if you break up with a chick, though, and she says you did it? Now it's just, oh, you're automatically guilty, nigga, because you look like R. Kelly, you dumb motherfuckers. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. You hit it on a note. You hit the head on the note right there, because it's like you got to understand. See, y'all niggas be the same niggas that be doing the shit about the media, the mind control, and all this and that. But then you follow the fucking media. You follow the media. So you got to ask yourself, that's the first thing you got to ask yourself. Okay, why are they trying to highlight this shit right now? What is going on that this is, if this was the case, you know what I'm saying? Because even pushing all the shit aside, because we even entertained the underage shit, and I believe that was him on the tape. But he was found not guilty because they couldn't prove that girl was the 14-year-old girl that, you know what I'm saying, that was Sparkle's niece or whatever. So that case was pushed aside. What you're talking about right now is women that was of age that was saying that he was doing some cruel shit to him. You know what I mean? Now the wife saying that he was abusive, and but he was divorced from his wife for like 10, 15 years now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And see, again.
So like, you know what I mean? And she admitted that she said she didn't see R. Kelly in fucking damn near 15 years. So she's just coming out the woodworks now because she's saying that, well, when she began to hear these women speak on their little issues and all that, and she felt as though that she had to come out and speak on it as well. Now, I'm not saying that he's a good dude. I'm not saying that, even supporting him. What I'm saying to y'all is y'all got to understand the layers of how this shit works.
Right.
Why are they trying to attack him? And this is really to the men. Like what of course the women is just doing women shit.
Right.
Niggas coming out, not even looking into what's going on. Like, why are they trying to push all these women out? You know what I'm saying? Because really they have nothing. They were all of age. You know what I'm saying? They were all of age. They all consented to what he was doing. Even when they said that because they tried to get him with the camera shit. But the girl was like, I seen him with the camera. I kind of didn't want him recording, but it wasn't like he was hot in the camera. So you should have said something then.
Right.
So there was nothing. There's really nothing that they have. So why is it being so highlighted right now? You got all these fucking crazy shit going on. Motherfuckers fucking little boys in the ass and throwing them in rivers and shit. Why is R. Kelly shit being highlighted now when they consented to all the shit that they're doing? They was grown ass women.
Right.
That's what you got to ask yourself. Pushing all the crying aside and the tears and all that shit. You're pushing all that shit aside. Right. You consented to it, and they not bringing up the chick that went back to him after she did the interviews. The guy even got it up in the documentary. He said, "Look, he's like, yeah, the one chick, she went back to R. Kelly. Yeah, the other chick that with the parents coming out, you know what I'm saying? She's saying that she's not being held against her will. That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying. So that goes back to what Lex Vortex was saying. Now, if that's the case, right, they don't have an issue because they can't. if she's saying that she wants to stay there, she wants to be there, if they saying that, then you can't do nothing about that. See, they like what Tech said. They have an issue with that kind of power.
Yes.
How is it that he can have that much power over these women? You know what I'm saying? So that is what is being attacked right now. And that's not even just in the, see, he's just being like used as a as target practice for this feminist third tier movement that like wants to destroy all forms of masculinity. They want to attack the masculinity. So they are attacking the fact that he has that much power over the women that he could convince them to be under these conditions just to be with R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what they got an issue with.
Yep. And you know, if you think about it, it's like, yo, it's just a crying shame because these women are fucking evil, bro. Because a lot of these dudes, they fall into the psychology. So right now, right, you know, if we would have came out and did a video acting like fucking Chris Harris, talking about we want to kill R. Kelly and we got to protect our sisters and all that, they probably would have ran up in here, you know, like we was heroes or some shit. And see, that's the bitch shit that niggas do, like, and why we can't get control over our own women no more. The black woman is outsmarting you niggas. I'm gonna tell you straight up. She's running reverse psychology. Because at one point, right, because now I'm gonna tell you what happened. A lot of the feminist shit started coming out where dudes started pointing out these feminists. So especially in the conscious community, because like 95% of the black women in the conscious community are feminists. So they seen dudes getting hit to that. So a lot of them started trying to change up and start trying to talk against feminism, right? But that's only game. But they'll throw a curve in it now. Because now masculinity, right, is being okay, like, without challenging a woman. If you challenge a woman, that's feminine. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's okay you're really a man if you don't challenge a woman. But then if you allow a woman to run all over you, or if you're not beating a white man's ass and this and that, then you're like a beta male or you're weak. And so what these dudes, they think that they're proving they're masculine and gaining the favor of the black woman by agreeing with her, by not challenging her. You know what I'm saying? Because they got this whole thing, well, why you want to argue with me? Won't you go argue with a man? But then I thought there was no difference between men and women in terms of equality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference between me arguing with you and arguing with the man? Because if you're telling me that arguing with you is a disadvantage, then you're admitting to me that you are not my equal. So it shouldn't be a problem if you come on here and I blast your ass just like I blast someone else, especially if you're saying that this whole male energy shit is out of control. Reverse psychology. The male energy is not out of control. The feminine energy is out of control inside of males. And we're spending time, instead of just taking authority like a man's supposed to do, like God created you to do, you are worried about trying to appease women who don't respect your authority and who have told you that your authority is in another place. All right? And that's the problem. And so now you got the simps. They make it extra tough because now they come home with Captain Save-A-Hole acting like they trying to protect the woman when they don't even know, nigga, you ain't protecting no women. You know what I'm saying? You really ain't doing no protecting besides this with your mouth and talking like them. That's all you're doing. You're being friends with them. You're trying to win. You trying to win their fake admiration. You know what I'm saying? You trying to win their fake
about the legacy though, and that's what they always do towards the end of the career of these artists that have an impact on generations. You know what I'm saying? Remember, like the last generation, they killed Jimi Hendrix. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like that's what they do. So this is like a public castration. Like you look at like the music that he had, and that goes back into what you're talking about with the power. Like he's a sex symbol in the black community. Right. You know what I mean? So just like but see, like they want to only relegate that power to themselves. Like read about like the shit that goes on the casting couch. The joint from London that played that role where she was that I always be showing on Crash, where the cop come out and grab her ass in front of the dude, and you know what I'm saying? She's actually from London, and she was talking about how when she was 18, like, you know, she was on she was auditioning for some type of play, and they was like she thinking it's a regular interview, so they tell her to open her legs, and they push a chair out, like, yeah, open your legs, put one leg on the chair, and then like they put the camera like pointed at her crotch, and like, so she was cool. She was like, she did it because she thinking that this is like acting. Come on, man. like she gonna say, like, come on, you just think you ain't say nothing, like, yo, what is this? Now I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Right. So what they're saying in Hollywood and these corporations, they're saying that type of behavior, that type of authority is only relegated to us. You don't have enough power to treat women like that. We are the only motherfuckers that could treat women like that. This is what they're saying. Now, you know, whether it's good or bad, so we just gotta, like, you know, I'm engaging this from a whole different angle. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that when you read about the shit that goes on in Hollywood and how they, the things that they do to men and women. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, they did the videos. I was looking at the joint with, I forget the name of that singer group with the, Mayan and all them niggas. But yeah, when they was young boys that was coming into the industry, and the young boy talking about how he was getting raped by motherfuckers, and you know what I'm saying? So that's what they do. So if they doing that to dudes and they doing that to women. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, like, you know, the whole thing with the Chris Brown shit. You know that the whole thing, Chris Brown shit, when he was fighting Rihanna, was she was supposed to you know, transmitted herpes or something like that, happened or whatever. So it's like, it's kind of like, you know, they feel as though that they are the only ones that are relegated to that type of behavior. Now, so anybody that is exhibiting that type of behavior, they're going to castigate them. You see how Bill Cosby was operating. That was just alpha male shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? He had, you know, all these women that he done hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's up in the Playboy mansion and he got the money. But they saying that, okay, the only reason why you had that authority is because of us. We're the real alpha males, and we could take that from you anytime we want. The God. I like so from pushing all the other shit aside, because like you gotta deal with it from this aspect. Because y'all niggas is so under mind control that y'all can't even think about shit for a second. You know what I'm saying? It's like, in a world, we take away everything else. In a world where you have men and women, men are stronger than women. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't just talking about physically. Obviously, if he could convince a woman to be up in the damn room and saying that she can't, you got to text me to go to the bathroom, that's just showing that he's superior over her mentally as well. You know what I'm saying? So, understanding that, you know, the only thing that gives them power is from another male. The only thing that gives them authority over R. Kelly is from another male. So when you're seeing that who's behind the castigation of R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? It goes back to the system. the people, whoever controls the media, whoever is allowing this shit on their platform. That because if how they gonna have that on there, they ain't talking about the motherfucker cracker that's fucking little boys in the ass and throwing them over the bridge and shit.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So they are very selective as to what they put out there. So I'm just trying to get y'all to think on some shit. What's going on with R. Kelly for them to want to do that specifically to him? And now they pushing all the women. Like, y'all give too much power to the women. I think that when you got them sisters, when I'm looking at the videos, those are like hood sisters. They telling, you know, the stories and all that. And like, they talking about what happened. It's not really them. It's what's behind them. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because why not?
Like, you know, the motherfucker from BBC coming all the way from London to do a report on Chicago girls that mess with R. Kelly.
Right.
And they don't really have nothing. Like think about this. He came all the way from England to do a story on her talking about a dude that was just overbearing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to classify it as that, you know what I'm saying? They said, well, when she went out, you know, she couldn't talk to other men. When other men came in the room, she wasn't allowed to speak to them. She had a little area where she stayed at and chilled at, and when she had to make something, like she couldn't handle phone calls. That's what they're saying. This is what like the allegations. None of that is breaking the law. So, yeah, he just controlled his shit real tight. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you put it on that level, that goes back into why you choose him then. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Why did you choose him? Maybe you need somebody that's a little lenient. You know what I'm saying?
Because you had the money and the power.
But that goes back to show you that's not why they fucking with R. Kelly in the first place. You know what I mean? Because like what you said, a broke ass nigga couldn't convince you to do that shit. A nigga that is it the king of R&B? He couldn't convince you to do that shit. So you're fucking with him. You're fucking with him because of this image. You're fucking with him because he got money. So what you think comes from it?
Exactly. Exactly. See, you don't respect. See, that lets you know where you at. You actually paid your own price. You know what I'm saying? Because you dehumanize other men and you want to judge men based upon what they have, money and power. And if you ain't got the money and power, then you ain't nothing. But then you want to be materialistic.
Contradiction to their own ideology.
Right. And then you get with them and you pay the price and you want to complain. But like I said, nigga, they couldn't have been no nigga working at motherfucking Mickey D's that made you do all that shit. You would have been like, nigga, please, who are you? Work at Mickey D's, nigga. So it says something about you and how you raised your daughter. People always say, well, what if it was your daughter? Nigga, I would hope that your daughter had enough sense and you schooled her to not be chasing after motherfucking niggas that are in the music industry with money and going up and hanging in the studio with fucking R. Kelly. Nigga, what you think R. Kelly's trying to do? Marry you, bitch?
Right.
I mean, let's just get real, dog. You see what I'm saying? So you niggas are soft. Like, that's just straight up what it is. You niggas act like women.
They know that they are just one of R. Kelly's chicks. They know that. They're cool with that. Let's stop trying to act like they didn't know he had a whole... The chick admitted that she did threesomes with R. Kelly. Just because he told her to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She admitted to doing threesomes. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo. So, they wasn't looking for no monogamous relationship. Like, they trying to act like it was like some type of monogamous relationship where as though he was like they was in like a relationship, like they gonna get married or some shit. They knew that they just was one of R. Kelly's side joints. They knew it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said from the beginning that the only one that has the valid argument was his wife, and his wife never mentioned anything about sexual abuse.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to touch on. His wife, classic dumbass black woman. Let me tell you something, bro. And I always use this shit. Like, all right, let's just say you had a bad marriage with R. Kelly. They never see the big picture. Only black women do this shit. Listen, bitch, you still got his children. Why are you trying to destroy and why would you help that? You see what I'm saying? Like I always use an example. You see what happened with Kobe? Kobe gets accused of rape, right? Now, obviously, he cheated on his wife. His wife is at the damn news conference with him the next day, holding it on his arm like, I'm still with you, baby. Fuck all that. I don't give a fuck. You ain't ruining my motherfucking family, and I ain't giving up this $200 million over the next fucking 5 years over this shit. Bill Clinton gets a blowjob. You know what I'm saying? Look what Shaq's wife does. Look what Carmelo's wife does. Run them through the mud in the media. They get angry that, and then this chick, this is the father of your children. And now I hear she even got his daughter out saying some shit about him.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Nigga, yo, the black woman is fucking the enemy, bro. I don't give a fuck what you say. Why the hell didn't think about generations? If anything, in your mind, you think about the bigger picture. Like, even let's just say if the nigga was a bad person, I'm not going to try to ruin this man's image for generations to come, for my children, for their grandchildren, and all that, to solidify the accusations and get what do you get out of that? And you the woman who married him and bear his children, and your dumb ass gonna get on camera talking about, oh, you know, I was scared for my life at times and all this shit. You got his children. What the fuck? Did you get arrested when he was? What the fuck?
You can't even say shit though, right? Because when she left him, it wasn't like he come back and stalked her and did old shit like that. When they broke up, they was broke up. So that goes to show you, right? She said she took his ring and threw it in the water and she left him. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said. So, okay, they broke up. You don't hear nothing suggesting that he was so possessive that he tried to come back and force her back. And so that goes to show you that everything that he does is because you allow it to be done to you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe you was under mind control.
Or maybe the man is more superior than the woman.
That's what I mean. You're under mind control.
So it's like, you know, that's what you have to entertain. But see, they don't want to entertain that thought. So what they do is, because they already know what it is. If the cracker want to study, he studied the psychology of rats. You know damn well he's studying the psychology of humans and women and men. So understanding that, you would have to say that, well, either your whole philosophy is shot because it's clear that men have a psychological and physical advantage over women. So it's because of this that we should operate in a certain type of way. You know, but that would nullify all their little feminist arguments, so they can't engage that. So what they do is they try to make him out into being a monster.
Right.
So
that, you know.
But then it still goes back to a power thing, right? Because the motherfuckers that is doing it like 100 billion times, like worse than them, they don't fuck with them. Why? Because they will kill your ass if you bring out like the senator and the fucking judges that's doing the same shit. Even worse as shit. They'll kill your ass and ain't nothing you could do about it. So you respect that power. It's only until when they point you in a direction, okay, it's free reign on him. That's what the media, that's what the role of the media is. They'll point the finger like, okay, you can attack him, Me Too movement. Go ahead and attack, but you ain't, You ain't pulling up no files on none of them fucking senators and none of that, because they will kill your ass if you do that shit. So all this shit, even when you look at it, even on that level, it shows that even with all this feminist shit, it's still being controlled by alpha males.
Right. And you know what I noticed? That's why they hate even the dudes in the conscious community that get like multiple wives, like even like Nature Boy, you know what I'm saying? This nigga on the island with all these bitches and shit. And I see women like in his chat room like, oh my God, he's a monster. He has all these young women under mind control. And they hate to see women serving a man. That's what it comes down to. That's why they're against polygamy. They hate to see the man having the authority and the power. Because even when I be watching some of this Nature Boy shit, they be saying, oh, I can't wait till these women escape him. And the whole time these women are saying, we want to be here. We love him. His happiness is our happiness. And they just can't conceive in their feminist mind how a woman could think like that. So she has to be under control.
Right? It's on a whole nother level, because that same woman that is saying that about that chick, take her ass to work every day and do that shit for a corporation.
Exactly. But she's not on the level to realize that. You know what I'm saying? She do it for the corporation, but not for her people. That's what I'm saying. But I noticed that when you see especially dudes that got women around them, and the women are like kind of like into serving him and just like, yeah, he's the king and that's what it is. And other women hate that. Feminist women hate that. Like, they swear that she has to be under mind control or scared or such and such, because to them, that is submitting to the man or whatever fuck thoughts they got in their head. And what they really want to do is usurp your authority. Listen, black man, I'm going to keep telling you all this. Y'all can keep simping. You might not be popular for telling the truth, but you got to take back your power. And that includes from the white man, and it includes the black woman, his fucking bed wench. You got to take your motherfucking power back, and we got to stick together. Listen, when I say stick together, right? If men are in a room, and we always talk about this dynamic, and that chick walks in, if nobody simps, we keep our power. You see what I'm saying? But if one of you motherfuckers start talking about, hey man, you know what I'm saying, like, give her all the pie, and why you, then we start arguing amongst each other and all that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, nigga, like, wake the fuck up. Your power is being usurped. This chick is working with the system. That's why when we do the shows on capitalism and shit, they don't fucking like them shows, because it works for her, because she has a little bit more to piece than you. It gives her more power. And and that's another thing. Speaking of that, is it a big coincidence? Motherfuckers talking about R. Kelly and the government is fucking shut down. You got 1 million people not getting paid. And remember, y'all was making fun of all that shit about running into the woods? Look what's happening now. Trump is talking about bringing in emergency powers. The government is shut down. What do you think happened if he puts in emergency? You still not getting paid. And you know what they're doing? They're protesting for the government to come back. That's how stupid you motherfuckers are.
So when you talk about this whole grand scheme of things and this agenda, because really what they're trying to do is they're trying to destroy national sovereignty so they can implement a more global scheme. This is what this shit is all about.
Right.
So they got to make anything that's nationalistic like the worst thing since fucking rhinoceros shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they're doing. They're like, look at this shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So they trying to find a way to cause some type of social dissonance, some type of social chaotic situation where they can implement their Hegelian dialectic shit. You know what I mean? So they can implement a more global shit into America. So this is what that shit is all about. So America's kind of, you're not focused in on that. Like they hitting you with the media blisses and like, you know, like what you was talking about with Lady Gaga, like how she supported him 1 minute and the next minute she had to come out and speak against him. That's because those powers came to her ass. Like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because once it's a code that you go by and you see it constantly in the media. When they're doing a media blitz on somebody, that is something that accumulated. When they tell a motherfucker like, okay, yeah, well, you don't really want to be on such and such bad side. This is what the fuck they talking about. Whoever that such and such is. Right. Because he has the power to do this type of shit to you. So this is why. So sometimes a nigga like R. Kelly that's kind of ignorant maybe of what it is, like, man, fuck that nigga, man. I'm R. Kelly. Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, okay. Then all the allegations, bring the women out and the media blitz, and they got, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's just like a systematic thing that's being done. It has absolutely nothing to do with some hood chicks in Chicago that met R. Kelly at an R. Kelly concert and wanted to give him some pussy. You know what I'm saying? I would at least think that the niggas, like the dudes, is more understanding of that. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, you gotta take a step back and look at that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the interviews. Look at the interviews. They hood chicks. They hood chicks. You know what I'm saying? That probably met him at some type of R&B concert, wanted to give him some pussy, and was willing to settle for that type of treatment just so they could be with R. Kelly. That's what that shit. That's what's really going on. So I'm breaking the law. Like, so why are they trying to attack him?
And is he not supposed to take advantage of him? Like, think about it. Like,
exactly. But like, I'm gonna let you go ahead. This shit is crazy though, because it's like, if I'm a dude, right, that does none of that to women, and I'm broke, none of those women would give me the time of day.
Thank you.
Think about this from this aspect, right? They would not even give me the time of day. I'm a broke nigga that won't do none of the shit that he do. They won't give me the time of day. So if they're willing, right, to do things like that for R. Kelly, just to be with a nigga with money, what does that say about their character?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What does that say about their moral?
Yeah, because you could be the guy who opens the doors, pulls up the fucking chair, scream the black woman is God and all, but if you broke it, so that shows you it don't mean nothing.
It don't mean shit. So all that shit that they computing you with and hitting you with means absolutely nothing as to why they're trying to attack him in the first place. Cause it's just like a bunch of mess. Like, they already knew R. Kelly. Come on, you didn't think R. Kelly was fucking bitches coming out of his concert? What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't need no 100 interviews to know that. I don't need 100 interviews to know that he was controlling them motherfuckers. I don't need to see 100 interviews. I could just insinuate that. You know what I mean? Right. I could tell by the music that he made. He called himself the Pied Piper and walking around with masks on and shit. Like, I could already know that he got a whole plethora of women that he's controlling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't going to convince me that Luke don't do the same shit.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is it, like, whoever been to a Luke concert, you know what I mean? They had the girls come on stage. You know what I mean? If you fit the body type that he like, he'll let you stay on a bit. But if you don't, he's gonna embarrass your ass. You know what I'm saying? So y'all cool with that. Y'all cool with that shit. So it's like, yo, okay, well, open up the whole door. See, Luke is following the program, so they're not fucking with Luke. You know what I mean? Whatever R. Kelly did, that ain't got shit to do with that. You know what I'm saying? So that goes back into none of that shit is the reason why they got R. Kelly in the media to begin with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So none of those things is the reason why they got him in the media to begin with. So I would think that the men would kind of take a step back and look at it from that angle. And I'm not trying to make him into a saint. You know what I mean? I'm not making him into a saint and like he's some good guy. But is you that stupid to think that, you know, this media is concerned about some hood chicks in Chicago? You know what I'm saying? And then they try to connect this to like this Me Too movement. So it turns into an atmosphere where you now got all these individuals thinking that they're going to get some money out this situation. So they're just going to play the cut until they drop them with some type of charge or something like that. So once they get everybody to talking, this is what they're thinking in their head. Once they get everybody to start talking, it's going to be something that comes out that we can charge them with. So you don't see no arrest yet because they don't have nothing to charge him with. So this is just a castigation on the media. That's how the whole Bill Cosby shit happened. Remember, it started with the Burris dude. He making a joke about it, and then then it was like this media blitz, whereas though it was like all these people making these funny memes about Bill Cosby. Then you had these women coming out. You know what I'm saying? Now, out of all the women that came out, there was only one that was able to file charges. So this is what they're trying to do. So they're trying to create a commotion and using the power of the media to now castigate them. Once it's socially accepted that R. Kelly is a fucking animal and we don't give a fuck what happened to him either way, they could come out with some old bullshit ass charge and then trump it up into something crazy so they could either take his money or take his life. And I mean take his life meaning like they gonna throw him in jail for a certain amount of years. So this is what's going on. For whatever he did, now from what I was reading, he was beginning to the same situation like Michael Jackson, rights over his music. He was trying to get rights over his music from what I believe. And there was some type of disagreement with him and the record companies. And then we know that was the same thing that happened with Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Before they came out with what they were saying about Michael Jackson. He's a child molester. He's this and that. It came out with the whole shit. You know what I mean? So this is what's going on. And this is how they do this shit. And then, like, if you don't follow the program, motherfuckers attack you. That's how powerful the media is. So I would hope that the conscious motherfuckers could see through the shit. You know what I mean? And even on this level, right? Let's say like the dude that had his daughter saying she's being held captive by R. Kelly. She comes out and says no, she wants to be there, right? Why would you send your daughter to R. Kelly? You know what I mean? Why would you send your daughter to R. Kelly? Even on a level like, you know, he's a fucking R&B singer. And the shit that he sings about in his R&B music, who would send their daughter to R. Kelly? Or any R&B singer for that matter. Like, so that's number one. Number two, she's a grown woman and she's saying that she wants to be there. Now, we got situations in our family. Like, you know, I don't like homeboy that my niece fucking with. But she wants to be with him. So what the fuck could I do? She's a grown-ass woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we know that it's something underhanded that's being done via the media. You know what I mean? It's something that's being done via the media to castigate R. Kelly for whatever reason. I looked at a few interviews with the women, and you got the one woman that's writing the book. You got the other woman that she just had a situation with R. Kelly where she was with him for a couple of weeks. And
All right, all right. I just wanted to go through that for a second and check out this R. Kelly thing from Lex and Soul of Mine. They cut this shit a little short. It was a little longer than that, but it's all to the good. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me see this right here. Stop presenting. Yeah, it goes real deep. We do have, I gotta find it though. We have a show that we actually did on that subject matter, you know. And look, the subject matter goes real deep. You know, it's a lot of people keying in on what R. Kelly said, did, song about, how he lived. I mean, everybody talking about it, you know, so I understand where everybody's coming from. My mindset is more so just trying to figure things out, you know. So I do remember R. Kelly with Aaliyah. I do remember all of that. So I can't say that I don't. Um, this brother becoming like his daughter allegedly came out and called him a monster. You know, stuff like this is new to me. Like, that's his daughter, you know. So I know R. Kelly is hurt by the fact that his daughter is coming out against him during these times. Um, you hear Root Words speak his speech about this. You heard Solar Mind and Lex speak about it to some degree. It's kind of deep, you know. Like I said, I got with Miss B and she was 19 years old. So, you know, I kind of like understand some of these matters. I just don't know where everybody else goes with it. Like, I'm still with Miss B. Me and Miss B have been together for 10 years. And, you know, shit. Miss B helped me grow up. I was older than her. She wanted the family. She wanted to leave the street life alone. She wanted to build a family. I wasn't so stuck in the streets. I was just still a bachelor. I was still out there to some degree. And Miss B definitely helped me grow up. So shouts out to Miss B. And it is what it is, you know. So it's a lot of people out there that have their own concepts to this whole thing. And I got to respect that. You know, R. Kelly is a different individual. And for the record, you know, I never did watch the sex tape. I heard about it. I decided not to watch it because it just wasn't nothing in there for me. I heard what he did, allegedly urinating, or in fact about it, urinating on the young lady. And it just wasn't something that I wanted to partake in, something that I wanted to look at. It wasn't something that I wanted to research. So I'm not saying R. Kelly is innocent of anything. You know, I heard about everything. I hear everything that's going on. Yes, I did listen to his music. I haven't listened to it recently, but of course I grew up off of R. Kelly music. R. Kelly was a very popular singer back in those days. He was the number one man. He's still very popular right now. He's just under great fire right now. And a lot of people are, you know, dealing with him right now. But in terms of his voice and his music and his songwriting and capabilities, many people always looked at him as one of the best. So it's definitely a sad day to see R. Kelly go from the king of R&B to now under, you know, a lot of scrutiny And some people say it's because of the fact that he wanted to own his copyrights. Some people say he's just a scumbag. You know, it's like, I would imagine somewhere in between. Of course, I'm not saying that there are not people out there that want to keep a brother in a position of servitude. What I am saying, though, is I don't know the monster R. Kelly. I'm learning, as they call him, a monster. And again, it's not just now the ladies shoot. Recently, his own daughter came out. And so I know R. Kelly is feeling the heat right now. I know he doesn't feel good at all. And heard that he checked himself into the hospital for a moment because he was under a panic attack. You know, stress. And, you know, of course, this type of stuff will stress you out. So, man, peace salute to all of the women out there who have been abused. And of course, we are not in no way, shape, or form taking the sides of R. Kelly and those out there who call themselves sugar daddies. I'm simply saying that it's a very complex scenario. And hopefully soon it can have some type of a resolution. I know I did a show about R. Kelly. I can't really find it right now. I did a show, but it was more so on the level of okay, here you go right here. Cause I did a show, but I was talking about other stuff too. I was talking about
Are you gonna what?
Bill Cosby. No, I was talking about Russell Simmons. Please forgive me. I do. R. Kelly.
Speak your speech figure.
Your speech
Speak
figure.
your speech figure. Speak
your
speech figure.
figures.
Or ever hold your speech. This is your host, the Megla down 415. 41 for the 41s.
The Megla.
Broadcasting live from the Sucker Free City, baby. Now, today, we want to just explore R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
As well as any other individual that's under this type of a light. But this is a special dedication to
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
A brother who has hypnotized so many women underneath a spell, it appears.
R. Kelly.
That's R. Kelly possessed sex magic, ladies and gentlemen. Dare I say, is R. Kelly a voodoo god of sex? Or is he just a sick individual, ladies and gentlemen? There's so many stories coming out about people doing things to others, really forcing themselves. Now, this is beyond stalking. Some people say, hey, man, you're a stalker, right? We ain't talking about that type of stuff. We're talking about things like R. Kelly, who apparently did some things that many people just don't want to let go. Now, R. Kelly, the brother got into it, I believe, really with an underage young lady. And maybe, just maybe, that's the reason why people are so unforgiving of R. Kelly. We love his music. We still say the brother got a great voice. He makes timeless music. His music will be played forever and ever. But R. Kelly apparently is in some type of a scandal. Now, apparently, Lifetime is going to do a docu-series on R. Kelly. And R. Kelly is going to be highlighted as an individual who allegedly is the head of a sex cult. So, R. Kelly, it's trying to be on some next level stuff, y'all. I didn't even know the brother had a sex cult. I thought he was just meeting females at his concert, or he's a star, he pick up a lady, but the brother is actually a sex cult. This is breaking news, nigga. This is breaking fucking news. R. Kelly allegedly is the subject matter of Lifetime's documentary, docu-series, where they will be exploring the sex cult of R. Kelly. I didn't even know the brother had a sex cult. You telling me that R. Kelly? R. Kelly is running a sex cult. Now, you're going to have the victims, the alleged victims there, I say, who will give their testimonies, who will share their side of the story. Now, we got to hear what the victims have to say, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't even heard too much of what R. Kelly has to say. But the victims of R. Kelly will begin to shine the light on the things they went through with R. Kelly. Now, I don't know if you like R. Kelly or not, but listen, come on, do you like his music? Let's just talk about this shit. Before R. Kelly got into this scandal, wasn't you bumping R. Kelly? Come on now, talk to me. Don't act like you never listened to R. Kelly. I know you had to listen to R. Kelly one day in your life, especially when you was getting your on. Okay? So, R. Kelly is not new to this. But apparently, when he dealt with an underage, that's what really got this brother in trouble, right, ladies and gentlemen? I guess what I'm asking is this. Let's say all of the women were of age, over 18, in their 20s and so beyond. And let's even go as far as to say this. The young lady who allegedly or emphatically R. Kelly urinated on. Now, hey now, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Some of us perform that ritual in our own bedroom. Now tell me I'm lying, folks. Some of us enjoy getting marked by the scent of your soulmate, or at that moment, your sex mate. Let's deal with it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's deal with it. Don't lie now. Some of us enjoy urination. Some people enjoy defecation. Come on now, let's deal with this. R. Kelly matter. Because I'm thinking that because the brother was dealing with an underage is the real reason why people are so upset. Because naturally speaking, I'm sure it's other people out there who enjoy getting, dare I say, pissed on. Dare I say, shitted on. Let's deal with it. But R. Kelly has become the face of the madness because I believe an underage girl. What if the person we urinated on was 30 years old? Who would care? Let's talk about it. If she was 30 years old having sexual relations with R. Kelly, and then he
decided to piss on her because she stayed there to accept it. Who would be mad? Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. But because she was an underage, people definitely stood up for the youth, as we should. Saying that maybe she was under mind control. Maybe she was under a spell. Maybe she was just so attracted to the stardom of R. Kelly. But the bottom line is, would you have been so upset if she was 30 years old? Talk to me. I'm going to go into the chat. Because I don't think people would have been so upset if she was 30 years old. But because she was a minor, not yet 18, got into some trouble. As I scratch my head and try to figure this stuff out, because I'm going to deal with it, ladies and gentlemen. If she was 30 years old and R. Kelly decided to piss on her, and she decided, a 30-year-old, to accept being urinated on, what the fuck you got to say about it after that, ladies and gentlemen? Let's deal with it. Exactly. But lie, you motherfuckers, behind closed doors, you getting pissed on, but you want to stand up like you don't know what the fuck this conversation is about. Then you got some people who even get defecated on, and they enjoy getting shitted on. Dare I say? Tell me I'm lying. It might be a harsh truth. It may be a truth you're not willing to talk about right now. I understand. But R. Kelly is in the media again because they're going to do a Lifetime docu-series on R. Kelly. And the victims, the alleged victims and the victims indeed, in fact, emphatically so, will speak out and testify and give us their perspective of the inside view of the mind of R. Kelly. So I'm asking you, have you ever been pissed on? I remember somebody told me like a little while ago, they say that's what she does to mark her territory. I'm telling you what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. She said she pisses on motherfuckers. It's like a marking. Like, motherfucker, I own you now. I'm telling you what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you ain't got to deal with it. You ain't got to accept it. But I'm trying to tell you something. If it's too adult for you, I understand. Go watch Sesame Street. Go watch Mickey Mouse. God damn it, go watch some cartoons. Or dare I say, go watch Love and Hip Hop. And you know what they talk about on all that shit. The housewives of this, the housewives of that. Go ahead and watch that. And what the hell are they talking about? The tattoo show, this, the ink, that, black ink, that. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. R. Kelly got into some shit because she was a minor. If she was not a minor, would R. Kelly be looked down upon as he's being looked down upon right now and has been looked down upon for the last years? It's a question that gotta be answered. It has been looked down upon for the last years. We're dealing with it. I don't know too much about the inside story. I will watch the documentary, the docu-series. I will be honest with you and say that I used to listen to his music. And
every time he dropped albums, I was listening to this shit. I mean, if you would be honest with yourself, you listen to it. And some of us, let's be real honest, you still like his music. Just come on. The brother got a good voice. I'm not saying that urinating on a minor is right. I'm saying that that's what got him in some shit. If she was 30 years old, would R. Kelly be in any stuff? That's what I'm asking you. That's all I'm asking. If she was 30 years old, would anybody fucking care? Like I said, man, listen, somebody just told me what was it, last week? Or maybe a week and a half ago? She said, hey, she pisses on people to mark her territory. I ain't never got pissed on, but I heard about it. Yeah, Aaliyah also. Aaliyah was a minor. And she came out with the whole concept of age ain't nothing but a number. Because Aaliyah, she was growing up kind of fast. If you go listen to her music, she was a lady in her mind way before she became 18. In her mind, she thought she was already there. I don't know how you feel about that, but I think, didn't they have a relationship? So come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's just deal with this stuff. I know it's taboo, but R. Kelly is back in the media. Also, we heard about what? Bill Cosby. But that's some other shit. Bill Cosby, allegedly, yeah, put a goddamn pill in your goddamn drink or your throat. Talking about take this, you'll feel better. And by the time you take it, you get knocked out. And when you get knocked out, Bill is humming and bumping and grinding all on you. Allegedly, or emphatically so. So that's a whole nother mindset. Some people say that Bill Cosby likes to have sex with dead people because he wants to have an inanimate. That's Lex right there. Good job, Lex. Lex is back, y'all. Leave me alone, Lex. Some people say that Bill Cosby likes to have a motionless, lifeless body because it reminds him of humping on a dead person. I'm just trying to tell you what he's doing. Bill Cosby is a psycho. Not Bill Cosby, but when he turns into Bill Cosby, God damn it, he don't want you to be alive. He don't want you to be working with him. He don't want no goddamn help. No, Bill Cosby, he wants you to just lay there, God damn it, like you a dead person in the goddamn morgue or something, and he just want to do what he want to do with you. That's Bill Cosby, y'all. Not Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was on the Huxtables. He was just a good father. He was a doctor. I mean, they was doing their thing. Bill Cosby, right? I don't know. Bill Cosby was a good guy on the Huxtables. But when he turns into Bill Cosby, that's the motherfucker you gotta watch out for. These niggas got different personalities. So, you got Bill Cosby, and y'all probably forgot about this other guy named Russell Simmons. See, there's so many things going on. Now, I'm dealing with the melaninated ones. It's other people too, and other nationalities, other races. I know that. But I'm dealing with my own people because I am one of you, so I got to deal with us. They can deal with them. They can call their people out. We call our own people out because it's our people and it's our job to analyze what's going on. Like Marvin Gaye said, what's going on? We want to know what's going on. So, R. Kelly is going to be the subject of a Lifetime documentary docuseries. Are you going to watch it? Come on, man. Don't play no goddamn games for me. When it come on, you going to watch it. Now, be honest with me. are you going to watch the docu-series, the Life and Times, the sex cult, the alleged sex magic, the mind control capabilities that allegedly R. Kelly possesses? Are you going to watch it? Are you going to tune into Lifetimes? Don't lie to me. So, do we all agree, or do the majority of us agree, that the main reason R. Kelly got into trouble is because she was a minor? Because if she was not a minor, hey, it's just a golden shower, right? A lot of people take golden showers. Are we lying? I just had somebody tell me the other day, hey man, she gives golden showers to mark her territory. And then she said when she really want to, they want to get beat. Motherfuckers want to get, spanked around and shit. Whipped and shit. I'm just telling you what the world is now. But R. Kelly is the subject of this sex cult. And that was very interesting to me to use that terminology. Not me, they use that terminology. A sex cult? They acting like the brother got 1,000 women somewhere on a goddamn island that we don't know about. Does R. Kelly got 1,000 women on the island that we don't know about, ladies and gentlemen? I'm just asking questions. They say the brother got a sex cult. I knew about all of his love-making songs. I know he don't see nothing wrong with a little bumping and grinding. I understand all that. Many of us don't see nothing wrong with bumping and grinding. Let's keep this shit real. But R. Kelly fucked up. You know you just fucked up, right? You know you just messed up, right? You know you just messed up, right? He messed up by continually dealing with the minors. Listen, if you're dealing with a female that's of age, she's 25 years old, and she wants to get a golden shower, who the fuck cares? But this girl in the video was a minor, but of course, R. Kelly denied it. But everybody said, that's him right there. That's him. And the whole world believes it's him. The only person that don't believe it's him is R. Kelly, y'all. R. Kelly said, that ain't me. That's not me. That's what R. Kelly said. Oh, no, that ain't me. But the whole world say, nigga, that's you. That's you, R. Kelly. We know how you look. Nigga, that's you, nigga. R. Kelly said, no, what was that song? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. So R. Kelly said, it wasn't me. The brother made great music, didn't he? Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. He made great music, didn't he? He made music that produced a lot of babies, ladies and gentlemen. He also made music that inspired us. He has some songs. The brother is talented. But now he says his life is all messed up. And sometimes he's afraid just to walk the street. The other day, they spotted him out shopping. He's trying to come back into the public eye, ladies and gentlemen. He wants to redeem himself, ladies and gentlemen. Now, in his mind, he gonna say, she wanted me to do it. That's what he gonna say, she wanted me to do it. But we all know that a minor cannot truly make a good decision. Some of us adults can't even make good decisions all the time. Let's just be honest. So we look after the minors because they think they know everything. And we're here to help them along this road of life, because none of us know everything. So even if a minor thinks they want something, we got to help them know what they may not actually need or want. I mean, it's like a little boy having a crush on his teacher. It could be a beautiful teacher and he has a crush on her. It's a natural feeling. She's a beautiful woman. But the teacher can't say, you stay after school, little Johnny boy. I want to teach you some extra things about these subject matters. See, when she does that, now she's crossing the line. It's okay for the little boy to have a crush on the teacher. He's just feeling a natural emotion. The teacher has to let him know, thank you, young boy. Thank you, young man. That's so sweet. Because he brings her an apple every day. Now the teacher can let the apple turn rotten and tell the little Johnny boy, I would like you to stay after school. I have some extra things to teach you. Or she can just say, thank you for the compliment, and I appreciate the apples that you bring me every day, young Johnny boy. And then send him on his way. See, checks and balances. The same thing for a teacher that's an adult male who may have a young female who has a crush on him, bringing him an apple every day. The teacher has to be strong enough to say, oh, that's so sweet, Shirley. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Now, you make sure you have your homework done. Okay, now, I'll be talking to your father and mom soon. Okay, peace. See, it's on us as the adults to steer the young people correctly. So, R. Kelly, I don't know. What do y'all think? But let me just play a little bit of this real quick about this Russell Simmons thing. And y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Just listen to this shit real quick. I'm not going to play it all, but I just want to show y'all some stuff real quick. And this give me an opportunity to go, just let's check this out. This is something we did about Russell Simmons. See if I can find this real quick. Give me 1 second, please. Okay. Is this it right here? Yeah, this is it right here. All right, cool. All praise due to the Most High. Thank you very much, everyone. Cool, the big money man. All right. This is your brother, the Megla Daddies, 4-1 to the bebop. Constantly at work to turn these haters into true believers, y'all. Broadcasting live. No jive from the sucker-free city. Yes, y'all. A beautiful day out here. The sun is shining, it's clear skies, but hey, you can say one of our melaninated souls or black, one of our melaninated souls or black individuals, but really, he's been in the music world, in the business world, the money world so long that he's just a mongo, y'all. He's a tycoon, a big money man, the all powerful. You know how it is when you get all that money. And we're talking about Russell Simmons. We're talking about Russell Simmons stepping down, following all of these accusations, these sexual allegations or accusations against the man, the mystery, the individual, Russell Simmons. But it's all over the internet, and I'm sure everybody's going to comment on it. I'm just saying a few things on it right now. And it's a lot of reading, it's a lot of stories. I mean, it's just so many things. But of course, Russell Simmons is denying any type of wrongdoings. He says his memory of the incident is a lot different than hers. But I know it's just so much. This is one right here. But about right now. You know, I was taught that these are the days of the manifestation of defects. Whatever's done in the darkness, they say, shall come to light. So we really have to be humble. We really have to work on ourselves. Not just daily, but moment to moment. Moment to moment, we are fighting the devil within. You know, and maybe this is one reason why the man went to the yoga and stuff, right? Trying to find his inner balance. Because when you get all this power, you think you can just, you know, buy human beings. Well, actually, you can buy human beings, unfortunately. You know, we just heard about some stories in Libya, right, where they have a modern day slave trade. So, unfortunately, you can still buy human beings, not just in the slavery world. You have people who sell their souls, right? You have individuals who will actually do just about whatever to get that green card. And we're not going to go down that road right now, but you know what I'm talking about. So unfortunately, in this material world, people can be bought. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about a mindset of thinking you're a God, thinking you can just take something. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about individuals who want to take no for an answer. Now, I'm talking about, in particular, men. Because a lot of these allegations from the women is saying that the man forced himself on her and she was fearful of her life or just felt intimidated. And hey, when you're dealing with a man of power, that'll intimidate even another man, not just a woman, because power is power, right? People have the ability to do a lot of things with power. So this young lady, you know, she was not a minor. This was two up now, you know, that just came out, but one is 24, one was 17. One was 24, one was allegedly 17. But the bottom line is, they have one story, Russell Simmons has another. Now, this is obviously all alleged. He ain't admitting to doing no wrongdoing. What he is saying is that he doesn't want to step on the feelings of anyone who feels as though they were abused by his insensitivity or his, his overlooking other people's feelings and how they see things. So he's stepping away from his business. And some people think maybe it's just to save the business. You know, this is all alleged. You know, maybe he's really stepping away because he wants to, like he said, give it to the next generation of innovators, creators, so they can take the business to the next future. I mean, you know, that all sounds great. But we know that you got to step away if you want your money to stay. Because if you stay in that seat, what happens next? You start losing sponsors, right? You start losing profits. You take a hit, y'all. So Russell Simmons, being the wise man that he is, the wise business tycoon that he is, steps away from the business so that his business profits can be saved. This is all alleged. You know, he's saying he's stepping away for some other reasons, but, you know, some of us feel otherwise. He also says that his memory the higher we go up. A lot of us don't believe in the scriptures, and I know. You say, oh, whoopty wow. But I'm going to go ahead and go there just a little bit. Because there's good wisdom in the words. The greatest among you are servants of the people. Not the rich, not the famous. The greatest in the world, the greatest people in the world are those really who help other human beings attain goodness in their own life. We place more value on material things. If somebody told you right now, man, they got your favorite car, you'll be very excited, just like myself. You know, I would be happy to get in that bad boy, no doubt. Some of these cars cost millions of dollars, right? So yes, it's very exciting. Or if you had a mansion or a big home or any type of material that you place value on, your rubies, your pearls, your diamonds, the brothers with their nice chains, and whatever it is you place value on, folks. Whatever it is. My answer to or my question is this, really. Is the materials more valuable or is human life more valuable? Now we say human life is priceless. Those of us who have children or who love our loved ones, whether it's your brother, your sister, your mother, you know, my mom was passed in 2000. And of course, there's no amount of money that I would have taken over my mom's. No amount. However, in this world, you hear stories of children killing their parents for their insurance or for the money, for their inheritance. This is a reoccurring theme in this world where money is more valuable than a human life, unfortunately. Not in my eyes. I don't believe that. But in this world, you even have people who place hits on other people. In some of the impoverished areas, some people say, man, you can get a hit for a couple $100. Dang, so a human life, to some people, is less than a couple $100. This is sickness. Come on, y'all. We sick. And this is probably why Russell Simmons went into yoga to attempt to quiet the beast within, because he knew there's a sickness within. And if he doesn't calm the beast within, he would become a total savage. So I give the brother credit for that. He attempted to quiet the beast within by being quiet of mind, still of mind, going into different exercises to where you can control your actions. But your actions come from your thoughts. So if your thoughts are running rapid and you are succumbing to wicked thoughts, because we all have wicked thoughts, y'all. But it's about, are you succumbing to those thoughts? The Quran says Satan calls. He only calls. He only whispers. We answer. Huh? The Bible says that the snake deceived, right? Us in the Garden of Eden, whispering to us. And we follow. Nobody makes us do nothing. The wickedness, the beast is within. So Russell Simmons It says, man, the devil made me do it, allegedly. The devil himself. Now, he doesn't admit to taking advantage of these ladies. He says he sees it different, and he recalls it different as they recalled it, right? But, you know, when one or two people come out against you, and then it might be
when they come out against you, y'all. It's
Then
rough
what
when they come out
happens
against you. This is
you
the
know,
one on
it's
Russell
left up
Simmons.
to public.
That was something we had did on Russell Simmons. That's a whole nother subject matter, you know. I mean, it's just so much. But the R. Kelly thing, you know, we really hope the brother gets some type of resolution. We really do. We hope the brother finds himself because, hey, I know it's rough out there as a black man. So come on, R. Kelly. You're better than that, brother. You're better than that, my brother.